deadly mobile game. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 426 Boyfriend. She said that if I can't even do this little thing well, there's no need for me to stay in the Luo family. Easy. I really don't want to go back to the countryside. We've been like sisters these days. Can you really bear to let me suffer so much? Li Xingsun burst into tears. Okay, don't cry. I'll promise you. Seeing Li Xingsun crying so sadly, Luo Ye couldn't help but soften her heart. Thank you so much. Easy. We are good sisters. Li Xingsun burst into laughter. However, there is a condition you have to agree to, otherwise I won't go. Luo Ye proposed to Li Xingsun. What condition? I will bring someone with me. Who? Don't worry about it. It won't be that classmate Jin. Li Xingsun seemed to have guessed something. It's him. You can go and tell my sister-in-law now, but I will definitely not attend the dinner. Luo Ye did not deny it. I won't betray you. But don't say I know about this. I'll just pretend I don't know anything. Li Xingsun proposed to Luo Ye. It's up to you. In the evening, 5:30, Luotian Hotel. Many classmates of Luo Ye and Li Xingsun received invitations to Ling Jia's birthday party and arrived at the party early. Luo Ye specially arranged a room for them, where they could sing karaoke and have various snacks, so that they would not feel bored before the birthday party. The girls were all dressed in various dresses, competing for beauty, but after Luo Ye arrived at the scene, these girls were immediately eclipsed, and all kinds of envious and jealous eyes were cast towards her. However, Luo Ye obviously didn't have these people in her eyes. After she sat down, she took out her mobile phone and dialed a number that she hadn't dialed for a long time. Jin's mobile phone rang. A strange number. It's me, Luo Ye. Luo Ye's voice was very light, and the background was very noisy, so Jin couldn't hear it clearly if he didn't listen carefully. What's the matter? Jin replied briefly with 2 words. Didn't you say you owed me a favor? Can you pay it back now? Luo Ye asked Jin. Oh, okay. I'm in the private room of Tong Palace on the west side of the banquet hall on the 8th floor of Luotian Hotel. Can you come over now? What's the matter? Just asking you to come and keep me company. After tonight, you won't owe me a favor. Okay. Easy. Who are you talking to on the phone? After Luo Ye hung up the phone, several girls in formal dresses around her chattered and asked her. After Gu Jiao brought Li Xingsun and Luo Ye over, she left to help Luo Ye with socializing. Now the private room of Tong Palace is full of Luo Ye and Li Xingsun's classmates. Even if they are from different classes, they know each other. Boyfriend. Luo Ye hesitated for a moment and answered her classmates. No way. Luo Ye? Do you have a boyfriend? When did you meet him? Why are you hiding it so well? Which nobleman is he? What's his family background? The room was in an uproar. After Luo Ye transferred to their school, she hardly spoke, and she had never been seen getting close to any boy. Even if someone took the initiative to talk to her, she would just smile and respond perfunctorily, always looking like she was thinking about something alone. A while ago, Ling Jia publicly pursued Luo Ye but was rejected. Today happened to be Ling Jia's birthday party, but Luo Ye suddenly had a boyfriend. They couldn't help but gossip about this. Okay, Easy was just joking. Li Xingsun was very anxious and helped Luo Ye out of the embarrassment. Easy has always been very serious about what he does and says, so he must not be joking. Tell us quickly, what does he look like? What is his family background? How does he compare to Ling Jia? How did you know each other? Xingsun, you know Easy best. Easy won't tell us, so you tell us. Yes, tell us quickly. Do you have any photos? The girls continued to gossip. He looks okay, not a nobleman, just an ordinary person with a very ordinary family background. But Easy hasn't decided to be with him yet, so don't make trouble. Li Xingsun was pestered and had to answer the girls on behalf of Luo Ye. When Gu Jiao handed the surveillance mission to her, she naturally gave her Jin's information, including Jin's family members, financial conditions and many other aspects. Li Zengxin knew Jin Ke very well. No way, Yi found such a person. Yi, are you confused? People who don't live in the same circle and have no common language can't be together. That's right, Yi must have been deceived by sweet words. This poor boy has only one purpose to approach you, which is your Luo family's property. Yes, my aunt and uncle are a good example. My uncle is a poor boy. At the beginning, my aunt married my uncle at all costs. After the marriage, she found that he was drinking, whoring and gambling. She immediately regretted it, but it was too late to regret. When the granaries are full, people know etiquette. When people are poor, their ambitions are short. Otherwise, why would there be the term poor, vicious and extremely evil? Poverty means vicious and extremely evil. Luo Ye, your Luo family has such a big property, don't be obsessed with it. Being with such a person, I think Master Ling is quite suitable for you. The girls continued to talk at once, persuading Luo Ye on the surface, but gloating in their hearts. Tonight was lively. Master Ling's birthday party? The purpose of inviting Luo Ye to come was obvious, and he might even propose to her publicly. As a result, Luo Ye specifically called a poor boy to discuss Master Ling. Will Master Ling break the 3 legs of the poor boy in anger? Luo Ye did not say a word to the girls, but just sat there quietly. When Jin Ke came to the private room of Tong Palace, he was not alone. He brought Bo and Zhang Mengdai with him. In fact, he did not bring them here on purpose. He did not have a driver's license, so he asked Bo to drive for him. The 2 girls heard that there was a banquet to attend, and it was at Luotian Hotel, one of the most upscale hotels in Huang City, so of course they had to come here to eat and drink. This kind of high-end banquet always provides all kinds of endless fruits, dried fruits, cakes, ice cream and the like for free. It would be a waste not to eat them. When the 3 appeared at the door, the whole private room suddenly became quiet and looked over here together. The clothes we are wearing don't seem to be right. Zhang Mengdai pulled the corner of Bo's clothes beside her. We are not going to perform on stage, we just come here to eat snacks. Who cares what clothes we wear? Bo did not think so. But why are they looking at us like this, as if they were aliens? Zhang Mengdai was at a loss. Chapter 427, Taking Pleasure in Misfortune. Luo Ye smiled as he walked towards Jin Ke and extended his hand to him. Jin Ke was a little stunned when he looked at Luo Ye. When Luo Ye was with him before, her dressing style was very simple and elegant, and she looked like a little girl next door. But today, she was dressed in a formal dress, like a princess in a fairy tale. At least he had never seen her like this before. All the girls present cast gloating eyes over here. Although Jin Ke is now wearing a famous brand, is it appropriate to wear such clothes to attend the party? It can be seen at a glance that he is a country bumpkin who has come to the city and does not know the etiquette of the banquet at all. When today's protagonist Lin Jie comes, there will be a good show to watch. All the boys present cast jealous and unwilling eyes over here. According to Li Zengxin, this boy is a poor boy. How can he win the favor of the goddess? And they can only continue to dream. Forget it. It's none of their business. So let's wait for Lin Jie to deal with this poor boy. While Jin Ke was stunned, Luo Ye had already grabbed his hand and pulled him to the sofa in the private room. After Jin Ke sat down, she sat down next to him. Li Zengxin felt that things were going to get worse and wanted to stop her, but Luo Ye obviously didn't want to pay attention to her. Luo Ye stretched out her hand to peel a dried fruit and fed it to Jin Ke. She also whispered to Jin Ke, and her expression seemed very intimate. Bo He and Zhang Mengdai took advantage of the gap when everyone was looking at Luo Ye and Jin Ke, and quickly walked to the snack cabinet by the wall and ate all kinds of ice cream, cakes, and fruit salads. Are you the boyfriend that Luo Ye found? A girl came over and looked at Jin Ke with an unhappy expression. The girl's name is Lin Jie, and she is Lin Jie's sister. She has all kinds of valuable jewelry on her body, which is estimated to be more than 100,000 in total. The other people present didn't pay attention at first, but only then did they realize that Lin Jie's sister was actually there, so they all stopped what they were saying and looked over here with gloating. Lin Jie didn't want to step forward at first, but she couldn't resist the instigation of several girls around her, and finally she couldn't help but walk over to speak up for her brother Ling Jie. "What's the matter?" Jin glanced at Ling Jie. "Are you sure you weren't called here to be a shield? Don't you think it's ugly to do so? At the birthday party? My brother is going to propose to Luo Ye in public. If you play this trick, it won't be the Ling family who will be embarrassed, but you, a clown, and the Luo family. Do you understand? If you are sensible, please leave here decently now. Otherwise," Ling Jie threatened Jin Ke. "This is the Luo family's hotel. He is my boyfriend. I have been with him for more than half a year. Today I invited him to come and accompany me to the dinner. Please be more respectful in your words." Luo Ye spoke softly. "Okay, Luo Ye, you are playing tricks on our Ling family, right? I will talk to your brother." Ling Jie was very angry. It was Luo Ye who took the initiative to find the Ling family and agreed to let Ling Jie formally propose to Luo Ye at the birthday dinner. At that time, Luo Ye and his wife Gu Jiao would also help to match this good thing. Unexpectedly, when the dinner was about to start, Luo Ye did this. "What's your name? Who are you?" Jin spoke and asked Ling Jie. "My last name is Ling. Ling Jie. You'd better remember my name. Don't think that you dare to come here and act recklessly just because Luo Ye is protecting you. Boy, not everyone can enter this circle." Ling Jie suppressed her anger and reprimanded Jin Ke. "You evil woman, your mouth stinks. Did you eat something unclean?" Jin covered his nose. "Scold me?" Ling Jie could hardly hold back. At this moment, a ball of yellow and black ice cream was suddenly thrown from the snack cabinet by the wall, hitting Ling Jie's face squarely, and it was like a ball of shit covering Ling Jie's mouth and face. "Who did it? Who the hell did it? Believe it or not, I will arrest you if I find out." Ling Jie was full of anger, and she didn't expect to be attacked and humiliated by someone like this. She was completely furious. After Ling Jie wiped the yellow and black stuff off her face with her hands, she yelled at Bo He and Zhang Mengdai who were standing by the snack cabinet by the wall. Needless to say, it must be these two people who did it. These two girls who didn't wear dresses and had no quality were brought in by this poor boy. "It wasn't me, but I don't know if it was her." Zhang Mengdai had a panicked expression on her face, wiping her hands with a tissue while pointing at Bo He beside her. "I don't know what happened. I'm busy. Don't bother me." Bo was stuffing a piece of cake into her mouth. "Wait, I'll show you what I can do." Ling Jie walked out of the private room angrily. This kind of private room is equipped with cameras, so it's easy to find out who hit her with ice cream. The boys and girls present pointed and talked about it. Of course, most of them were there to laugh at the joke. "Their surveillance. Didn't you expect it? Did you get into trouble?" Bo whispered to Zhang Mengdai. "My master will help me settle it." Zhang Mengdai looked indifferent. "That's right, he can catch ghosts, but he can't handle a vicious woman." Bo was relieved after hearing what Zhang Mengdai said, and continued to eat her cake. A few minutes later, Ling Jie, who had washed her face, walked in angrily with a few people. The people who came in were Luo Ye and Gu Jiao, as well as several security guards from Luotian Hotel. Seeing Luo Ye and Gu Jiao followed Ling Jie into the private room, everyone in the room looked at Luo Ye and Jin Ke. The excitement tonight was getting bigger and bigger. "It's you?" Luo Ye was shocked when he saw Jin Ke. He didn't expect that after Jin Ke was threatened by him in Yunfeng City and fled in fear, he actually came to Huang City, and at such a critical moment tonight, he ran to the Ling family's birthday party to disrupt the situation. "I invited him here." Luo Ye reached out and took Jin Ke's hand, as if announcing something to her brother. "If you are a man, don't hide behind a woman. Come out with me and we can talk alone." Luo Ye ignored Luo Ye and directly proposed to Jin Ke. "Brother, being with him is my own choice. Please don't interfere." Luo Ye refused to give in. She would not let the original scene happen again, and would not let Luo Ye have the opportunity to humiliate Jin Ke again. "Ye, stop messing around." Luo Ye had a painful look on his face. A week later, he didn't know if he would still be alive. He just wanted to arrange a good home for all his relatives before he left. Chapter 428 Incident. "Brother, I am not a child anymore. I am no longer the little girl who needs your protection. I should choose and decide my future path by myself, not you." Luo Ye firmly rejected Luo Ye. Alas, Why are you so stubborn? Luo Ye sighed, then glared at Jin Ke with great anger. Jin Ke just looked at Luo Ye coldly and said nothing. He told Luo Ye that the matter between him and Luo Ye was decided by Luo Ye. He had been waiting for Luo Ye to tell him her decision. Obviously, Luo Ye had made a decision. Since Luo Ye had made a decision, Jin Ke would naturally regard her as one of the most important people in his life and would not let anyone hurt her or take her away from him, just like no one could take Xue'er away from him. Mr. Luo, the banquet is about to start. According to the procedure, everyone should take their seats. You should also go up and say a few toasts. A staff member walked up to Luo Ye and whispered to him. Luo Ye glared at Jin Ke for a while, but he didn't say anything. He turned around and walked out of the room with several security guards. Gu Jiao forced a smile and called out to the people in the room, asking them to go to the banquet hall outside to take their seats. In addition to various decorations on the podium in the banquet hall, the most eye-catching thing was the two large official script characters framed on the background wall. One was Ling and the other was Luo. It can be seen that Luo Ye spent a lot of time preparing for Ling Jia's birthday party. However, all his efforts came to nothing after Jin Ke appeared. For Luo Ye, if the Luo family and the Ling family could form this marriage, it would not only find a good home for her sister Luo Ye, but also, with the strength of the Ling family, it might even be possible to save the Luo family from the edge of a cliff. Although this was just Luo Ye's wishful thinking, this was the only life-saving straw he could grab now. If it wasn't in front of so many people and Luo Ye hadn't stopped him, he could have asked the security guards to force Jin Ke out of the Luotian hotel, and then use threats and money to get rid of Jin Ke. But it's obviously not a good idea to use these means now. Everything seems to be irreversible. The Luo family, having lost this last straw, has no hope. A week later, it will be the day of his death. Because of this change, Luo Ye had to follow Ling Jiamai to the private room where the Ling family was, and told Ling Jia and the Ling family about this unexpected incident. The Luo family is playing a trick on our Ling family. Ling Jia was a little disappointed. He had heard Luo Ye's tone before and thought that with the help of Luo Ye and Gu Jiao, Luo Ye was already in his pocket. He never thought that such a change would happen at the last minute. Mr. Ling, don't think so. I really want to make this happen. I didn't expect my sister to be so disappointing. I have been trying to make this happen these days. I definitely don't mean to play tricks on the Ling family. I am more angry than you when something like this happens. Luo Ye kept apologizing to Ling Jia and the Ling family. The birthday party should be held at another family. Luo Ye, keep the surveillance video. The incident of someone hitting my face tonight is not so easy to resolve. I will definitely ask the Luo family for an explanation. Ling Jiamai was furious. Sister, don't be so angry. Brother Luo invited me to celebrate my birthday at Luotian Hotel so kindly. Although Luo Ye didn't give me face, I still have to give Brother Luo face. In addition, I also want to see what kind of person has bewitched Luo Ye, the perfect goddess in my heart. Ling Jia advised his sister a few words. Thank you, Mr. Ling, for your magnanimity. Luo Ye looked at Ling Jia with a grateful expression. In the past, the Luo family and the Ling family were equally powerful, and the two generations were on an equal footing. But now it was different. The Luo family was about to fall, and Luo Ye had become a lost dog. When facing these children of noble families who were on an equal footing with him on weekdays, he felt inferior, and his attitude naturally became humble. We are a family, Brother Luo. You don't have to be so polite. Ling Jia looked at Luo Ye with a smile. He had heard some rumors and knew that something had happened to the Luo family, but the details were not clear. Judging from Luo Ye's behavior towards the Ling family these days, it seemed that there had indeed been a big change in the Luo family, and it was estimated that it would soon decline. So Luo Ye was so eager to marry into the Ling family. In this case, Luo Ye would sooner or later be his, Ling Jia's, and there was no rush. I just didn't know if I could get her first time. Anyway, let's see which poor boy with no eyes was making trouble. For this kind of poor boy, as long as Ling Jia found out who it was, he would have 100 ways to make him get away from Luo Ye and get out of their sight forever. Then play with Luo Ye, and then play however you want. Although there were some accidents, Ling Jie's birthday party still started on time at 6 o'clock in the evening. Luo Ye went on stage to give a toast that was changed temporarily. After listening to Luo Ye's toast, the guests present had only one feeling: that was awkward. There was no way. It was originally a marriage banquet, but because of Jin Ke's appearance, all the arrangements were ruined. After the awkward toast, a well-known host in Huang City came to the scene with several third-tier stars. Their professional performances quickly livened up the atmosphere. The birthday party officially began. Surrounded by a group of younger brothers, Ling Jie held a wine glass and toasted at each table. Not long after, Ling Jie came to the wine table where Jin Ke and Luo Ye were. Luo Ye followed with a nervous look, ready to deal with emergencies at any time. Everyone else also focused their attention here. The poor boy came to mess up the scene, to mess up Master Ling's scene. How will Master Ling crush him? The Ling family is not easy to mess with in Huang City. There was a boy in the school who offended Ling Jie before. It was not a big deal, just a few bad words about Ling Jie behind her back, which were heard by Ling Jie. Later, something happened to the boy. He was in a traffic accident and was paralyzed and lay in bed forever. The perpetrator has not been found yet. Now, this poor boy named Jin Ke dared to rob Ling Jie's woman. This courage is too big. He was in a traffic accident and paralyzed after saying a few bad words about Ling Jie behind her back. What will be the consequences of robbing Ling Jie's woman? It's scary to think about it. Yi, who is this? Ling Jie asked Luo Ye with a smile, holding a wine glass. My boyfriend, Jin Ke. Luo Ye answered Ling Jie. Chapter 429 Etiquette. Oh, not bad, not bad. You must be very good to be favored by Yi. Ling Jie looked at Jin Ke with a smile. People around who knew Ling Jie had a sense of danger. They knew that the thicker the smile on Ling Jie's face, the stronger the murderous intent in his heart. With Mr. Ling's cultivation, he would definitely not explode on the spot. However, it is hard to say what will happen later. Indeed, you are very good. Luo Ye looked at Ling Jie with a vigilant face. I wish you two a sweet love. You should also wish me a happy birthday. I'll drink first. You two can do whatever you want. Ling Jie raised his glass and drank it all. Everyone present looked at each other. Some people who wanted to watch the fun out of glowing were very disappointed at this time. What about the plot where the noble young man slapped the poor boy in the face in public? Why is it so harmonious? Things must not be that simple, right? Luo Ye also breathed a sigh of relief. Sure enough, the family education of the Ling family was really good. In such a situation, Master Ling could still maintain an elegant style and had all the necessary etiquette. How could Jin Ke, that poor boy, compare with him? Just looking at the performance of the two just now, the difference was obvious. Ling Jie was talking and laughing, and took the initiative to bless him. Jin Ke didn't say a word, and only knew to hide behind Luo Ye. While breathing a sigh of relief, Luo Ye sighed again. Master Ling was such an excellent boy, but Luo Ye didn't like him. But she was obsessed with being with this poor boy with an extreme personality. It was really unreasonable. As a brother, even for her future happiness, he couldn't force her. But Luo Ye felt that Luo Ye would soon regret her decision today. There was a sudden commotion at the birthday party. A beautiful woman in a formal dress came to the party with several female relatives. Seeing the beautiful woman coming in, Luo Ye's expression changed, and he quickly put down the things at hand and went to meet her. Ling Jie and Ling Jie also greeted her with a smile on their faces. Some people who knew the beautiful woman also greeted her with excitement. In a moment, half of the banquet hall was empty. Who is this person? Why are so many people greeting her? Zhang Mingdai asked Bo beside her. Do you think I know the answer to this question? Bo quickly tore a big lobster and stuffed it into his mouth. Even she doesn't know? TSK, you are ignorant, right? She is Ma Ziotian's wife Chu Xiangxian. Does Ma Ziotian know her? A person who has everything under his control in Huang City. I didn't expect that she would come to the Ling family's birthday party. The Ling family has really stepped into the upper class circle now. It's a pity that I am not qualified to talk to such a person. A girl with heavy makeup next to her answered Zhang Mingdai with a look of contempt. I don't know about Ma Ziotian, but I see a lot of flatterers. Ba curled her lips with a look of disdain. HMPH, you don't know how high the sky is or how deep the earth is. The girl with heavy makeup felt that Mint seemed to be talking about her, but because he didn't say it to her, she couldn't take the initiative to respond, so she just cursed in her mouth. Chu Xiangxian came here to wish Ling Jie a happy birthday, and she also brought a generous gift, a bottle of red wine worth more than 20,000 yuan from her winery. After a few pleasantries, she found out that Ma Ziotian was entertaining guests in the banquet hall next door. Someone happened to pass by this banquet hall and came in to see that the Ling family was holding a banquet, so he asked the hotel and found out that it was the birthday party of Ling Jie, the second son of the Ling family. Mrs. Ma, Chu Xiangxian, and Ling Jie had met once. Chu Xiangxian bought a winery in Europe 2 months ago and thought it was a good opportunity to promote her red wine, so she brought a bottle of red wine worth more than 20,000 yuan to congratulate Ling Jie on his birthday. Mrs. Ma was very excited about her own winery at this time, and she would take the initiative to recommend it to friends in the circle. At other times, she might not come. The Ling family has been on a good rise recently and has been getting closer to the Ma family. However, Ling Jie was still a little flattered at this time. He did not expect that Madame Ma would personally bring people to wish him a happy birthday. As for promoting the red wine, Ling Jie thought, why would Madame Ma care about the money from selling wine? It must be that the Ma family has taken a fancy to the Ling family and wants to befriend the Ling family. Ling Jiamai and Ling Jie, brother and sister, felt very proud and drank the wine in their glasses one after another, thanking Madame Ma for coming. Others who knew or had heard of Madame Ma also took this opportunity to show their faces in front of Madame Ma. After this impression, they might have the opportunity to meet a big shot like Ma Ziotian in the future. Madame Ma, Chu Xiangxian, specially introduced the wine in her hand and the winery that produced the wine, and then sent birthday wishes to Ling Jie, and then left the banquet hall with a group of female relatives. Mr. Ling is indeed extraordinary. Even Madame Ma came to congratulate him on his birthday. Yes, Madame Ma is not an ordinary person. Ma Ziotian's wife, a figure that we can only look up to on weekdays. Is Ma Ziotian very powerful? Someone whispered. You are so ignorant. If you don't know Ma Ziotian, how can you still hang out in Huang City? That's right. In Huang City, there is nothing that Ma Ziotian can't handle, whether it's the underworld or the white world. If you don't know Ma Ziotian, you'd better not hang out. Everyone returned to their seats while talking about it. Most of the people present were just children of aristocratic families with certain family backgrounds, but their backgrounds were nothing compared to Ma Ziotian. They all admired this legendary big man very much. Today, they were able to see Madame Ma up close, and they were all excited. Ma Ziotian is a super boss, but when Madame Ma passes by our Ling family banquet hall, she still has to come in and toast my brother. Looking at the entire Huang City, the number of people who can be given such face by the Ma family can be counted on 5 fingers. Ling Jiamai said to Luo Ye beside her with a smug look on her face. At this time, she happened to pass by the wine table where Luo Ye and Jin Ke were, and glared at Luo Ye and Jin Ke as if to protest. Yes, Mr. Ling's future is limitless. Luo Ye replied to Ling Jiamai, and then looked at Luo Ye and Jin Ke with regret. Some people are just blind, they don't know what's good for them. Humphrey, sooner or later they will regret it after they hit their heads and bleed. Ling Jiamai deliberately stayed at the wine table where Luo Ye and Jin Ke were, and walked to her seat after leaving a few words. According to the previous arrangement, the birthday party was followed by a dance. Everyone went down from the banquet hall on the 8th floor of Luotian Hotel to the dance hall on the 6th floor. As the melody sounded, pairs of young men and women held hands and went to the dance floor to dance. Tonight's protagonist, Ling Jie, attracted many eyes wherever he went. Chapter 430. No surprise, some girls who wanted to get close to the Ling family showed their expectant eyes to Ling Jiayi, hoping that Ling Jiayi would invite them to the dance floor. Some girls even took the initiative to go over and invite Ling Jiayi to dance, but unfortunately, Ling Jiayi politely declined. Ling Jiayi walked over to where Luo Ye and Jin Ke were. Many eyes at the scene also focused on this side. Did Ling Jiayi want to invite Luo Ye to dance? Would Luo Ye agree to him? If Luo Ye didn't agree, wouldn't Master Ling be very embarrassed? There's another good show to watch. Sure enough, Ling Jiayi stopped in front of Luo Ye, politely extended his hand to Luo Ye, and invited Luo Ye to the dance floor. I'm sorry, I already have a dance partner. Luo Ye politely declined Ling Jiayi's invitation. It's okay, I wish you all a good time. Ling Jiayi was still polite. After smiling at Jin Ke, he turned around and found a dance partner among the girls behind him. After entering the dance floor, he danced very gracefully. Egg, let's go dancing together? Luo Ye invited Jin Ke. I can't. Jin Ke spread his hands. The only thing he had with dancing was probably his death dance skill, but it was a pity that he couldn't use it at this time. I'll teach you. Luo Ye smiled and pulled Jin Ke up from his seat. Jin Ke had no choice but to be forcibly pulled into the dance floor by Luo Ye. Dancing is Luo Ye's strong point. When she was a freshman in high school, she amazed everyone with her self-composed ancient-style dance Peach Blossom Falling, which made her become the goddess in the hearts of all the boys in Yunfeng No. 1 middle school overnight. At that time, Jin Ke was also one of the boys under the stage, and he also remembered this dancing elf that night. But at that time, he never imagined that there would be any intersection between him and her. He never thought that there would be such a day when this dancing elf was holding his hand and dancing beside him. Because Luo Ye danced so well, the eyes of many men and women around him couldn't help but focus here. Among them was Ling Jiayi's gaze. His face was a little gloomy. It seemed that being rejected by Luo Ye in public many times really made him lose face. Although he didn't get angry in front of her, he was definitely unhappy in his heart. Jin Ke had never learned to dance before. At this time, he could only learn the spirit of the wooden stake. As long as he didn't fall and did a few simple movements to the rhythm, Luo Ye would keep circling around him. However, for those who have never learned to dance, it would be difficult to keep their dance partner from falling, especially when the fast-paced dance music sounded. Luo Ye's movements became more and more difficult, and Jin Ke inevitably made mistakes in his steps, and accidentally tripped Luo Ye's ankle. Luo Ye lost her balance and fell to the ground on her back with a scream. There was a burst of exclamations from the surroundings, and of course there were cheers of gloating. Jin Ke's death dance finally came in handy. He walked around Luo Ye with a quick step that an ordinary person could not do at all, and held her steadily before her body fell to the ground. The two looked at each other affectionately. Jin Ke helped Luo Ye straighten his body, and the two returned to the rhythm of the music. It was as if this action was planned by the two beforehand. Many people couldn't help but shout good. The onlookers who wanted to gloat suddenly stopped talking. They really couldn't figure out how Jin Ke did all this. Ling Jiayi's face became even gloomier. At this moment, there was some commotion in the other corner of the dance floor. Luo Ye looked over there and frowned slightly. She let go of Jin Ke and rushed over quickly. Jin Ke followed. Several drunks broke into the dance hall, and they were looking for trouble with Luo Ye and Gu Jiao. Luo Ye, why are you pretending? In a few days, everything you have will be mine. I will help you take good care of your wife. A drunk put his arm around Gu Jiao's waist and laughed as he attacked her chest. You can't do this. Luo Ye showed a very painful expression on his face. This drunk was one of the loan sharks he owed. He never expected that this man would come to the dance hall. Although Luo Ye had agreed with them to give him a week to raise money, and if he didn't raise enough, he would use his family property to pay for it. But this man was drunk and obviously didn't want to abide by the agreed rules, especially after discovering that Luo Ye's wife Gu Jiao was so beautiful and feminine. The drunk, driven by alcohol, had a strong secretion of hormones, and he couldn't help but want to occupy everything of Luo Ye in advance. let go of my sister-in-law. Luo Ye rushed over and scolded the drunk. Oh, is this Luo Ye's sister? She's so beautiful. After seeing Luo Ye, the drunk's eyes brightened. He let go of Gu Jiao and rushed towards Luo Ye. Jin Ke was furious and was about to take action, but an unexpected scene happened to him and the others at the scene. Luo Ye kicked the drunk in the crotch. The moment the drunk screamed and bent over, she took 2 steps forward and leaped up, and suddenly hit the drunk's back of the head with her elbow, knocking him down in a flash. Luo Ye was also stunned. He never knew that his sister Luo Ye was so agile, so beautiful. Ling Jie couldn't help but applaud, and his eyes looked at Luo Ye more enthusiastically. Unexpectedly, Luo Ye gave him another surprise. Jin Ke narrowed his eyes slightly. He could still guess the reason for this. Most likely, it was related to the game Horror City. When Jin Ke used the mentor system to search for Luo Ye, the reply he got was that the target had been recruited. Please change other targets. It seems that she did intervene in the game Horror City. Although other game players cannot bring game skills back to the real world like Jin Ke, the game can enhance the physical fitness of players. If Luo Ye is also a player, it is not surprising that she did everything just now. Little bitch, you dare to hit me? Do you know who I am? Believe it or not, I will find someone to kill you. After being helped up by his companions, the drunkard started to curse at Luo Ye. Who are you? How dare you come to my Ling family's territory and act so arrogantly? Everyone here today is my Ling family's guest. Do you know the Huang City Ling family? Who do you want to kill? Come on, I am Ling Jie. If you dare, come to me. Ling Jie came to the drunkard and scolded him fiercely. Huang City Ling family? 0+1? Okay, I remember your name. The drunkard was stunned by Ling Jie's momentum. After saying a harsh word, he fled the dance hall in disgrace. Thank you, Mr. Ling, for speaking up for justice. Luo Ye was extremely grateful. He didn't dare to offend these creditors at all. If Ling Jie hadn't come forward to calm the drunkard, he really didn't know how this matter would end today. Chapter 431 Curiosity. It's a small matter. In this world, any cat or dog dares to come out and bark. Do you really think that our big family is easy to bully? We are just well-mannered and don't bother with these people. Ling Jie had a calm expression on his face. After the drunk left the dance hall, he covered the back of his head and limped back to the KTV where he was before, extremely angry. There were many big bosses in the KTV, and they obviously knew the drunk. Seeing him like this, they couldn't help but feel a little strange. Big Liu, did you fall down, or were you beaten? Others asked the drunk. The drunk's name was Liu Du. He was a lone shark on the street. The people present were in the same nest with him. He had many younger brothers around him on weekdays. He was the type of person who walked sideways. People like them generally only beat others and rarely get beaten. Even if they were beaten, it was his younger brothers who were beaten, not them. Don't mention it. It's embarrassing. Liu Du walked back to the sofa angrily, stretched out his hand, pinched a big grape and stuffed it into his mouth. A female college student who was accompanying him to drink next to him rubbed against Liu Du in a flattering way, then stretched out her hand to Liu Du's place and pinched it. Ah! Liu Du screamed loudly like a cat whose tail was stepped on, slapped the female college student with his backhand, and cursed at her again. He was still hurting from the kick by Luo Ye, and he didn't expect the female college student to reach out and touch him there. The female college student covered her face and cried in grievance, and she really didn't understand why this action made Liu Du so angry. Why did Liu Du to hit a woman? A big man sitting in the middle of the sofa, with a bossy temperament all over his body, spoke. It was a very happy thing to gather here today, and Liu Du's behavior just now obviously ruined his mood. Replying to Master Ma, I just saw the dance hall was bustling over there, so I ran over to see what was going on, and ended up running into the kid from the Luo family, who was talking to his beautiful wife. I thought, he owes me so much money, shouldn't his wife and house be mine? So I went over to hug his wife, and said I would take care of her for him. Liu Du quickly stood up and answered the boss. The boss sitting in the center of the sofa was named Ma Ocean, Chu Xiangxiang's husband. The kid from the Luo family, Luo Ye. He looks strong, but I heard he's a coward. Did you get beaten up by that coward? Ocean couldn't help but feel a little strange when Liu Du mentioned Luo Ye. It's not him, it's his sister. Boss Ma, you don't know. Luo Ye's sister is so beautiful. She is absolutely stunning. When I saw his sister, my eyes were wide open. You know I couldn't control my hands and feet when I was drunk. I wanted to kiss her and sleep with her, but I didn't expect that this girl actually knew martial arts. She kicked me in the crotch, then jumped up and hit me on the back of the head, knocking me down at that time. Liu Du looked depressed. Is there such a thing? Ocean couldn't help but be curious when he heard Liu Du describe Luo Ye's sister as being stunningly beautiful. Oh, don't mention it. It's embarrassing. I just disturbed Brother Ma, please don't mind. Liu Du looked gloomy. You were beaten by Luo Ye, that coward, and you just accepted it? You are not afraid of that coward, right? This is not your style, Liu Du. Ocean teased Liu Du. Liu Du has a big head, and they usually call him Liu Du. How could I be afraid of that coward? It was a brat called 0+1 who backed him up, saying that I would go after him if I had anything to say. His tone was extremely arrogant. I felt that I might have hit a wall. I had no choice but to admit defeat. Liu Du had a very frustrated expression. Ha 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 ha. Lin Jie, the second kid of the Lin family? Who did I think he was? What is there to be afraid of? Did you, Liu Du, get scared by just a few big words? Ocean had a look of disdain on his face. I have only been in your place to join Master Ma not long ago. Isn't the Lin family doing well in Huang City? Liu Du hurriedly asked Ocean. It's just a small family that ranks second in Huang City. Let's put it this way, compared to you, Liu Du, his Lin family is a little worse. Ocean naturally didn't take the Lin family seriously. Damn, I'm so embarrassed this time. I was actually scared by a few words from a junior. I won't be able to stay in Huang City anymore. Liu Du couldn't help but feel annoyed when he heard what Ocean said. Big Liu, you are my man after all. Though Luo and Lin families did not behave properly in this matter, I must help you to get justice. Someone, come here. Ocean called to the people around him. Brother Ma, please tell me what's going on. A strong man in black standing by the wall of the karaoke hall ran over in a hurry. Huzi, bring the kid from the Lin family and Luo Ye's brother and sister to me. They beat my people. They need to talk to me about this. Ocean gave the order. Supporting Liu Du was secondary. Ocean was mainly curious about Liu Du's description of Luo Ye's beauty. He wanted to see what kind of woman could be called a beauty of heaven and earth by Liu Du. You know, he hasn't seen a woman that he thinks is beautiful for a long time. There are only mediocre women around him. Yes, the strong man in black, called Huzi, took the order and quickly took people to the dance hall next door. In the ballroom, Ling Jiamai and Ling Jie were talking to Luo Ye, Gu Jiao and others, when suddenly a group of strong men in black rushed in noisily, shouting Ling Jie's name and asking him to come over. Ling Jie frowned and asked his assistant to ask what was going on. Luo Ye also quickly directed 2 security guards from Luotian Hotel to go over and maintain order at the scene. After all, Luotian Hotel is still the asset of the Luo family, and as the owner, he has to protect the safety of the guests. Of course, it was just a pretense. When his wife Gu Jiao was humiliated by Liu Du just now, he didn't dare to call the security guards over, fearing that Liu Du would tear his face off on the spot and expose his usury, making him lose face. Stop talking nonsense. Call Ling Jie over. And Luo Ye and his sister, come together. The leader of the strong men in black, the one called Huzi, waved his hands impatiently at the security guards and assistants. Everyone. Who are you? I can also inform my second young master. Ling Jie's assistant must ask clearly. The crowd was talking about this, not quite understanding who these people were. Did they come to the dance hall to mess things up? Aren't they afraid that the second young master of the Ling family will be angry? Master Ma's people, Ocean. Master Ma, do you know? You just beat up Master Ma's people here. Master Ma wants to call you over for questioning. Huzi answered Ling Jie's assistant with full energy. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel. Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 432. The consequences are serious. Is it Master Ma? Wait a minute, I'll go call my young master. Ling Jie's assistant's face suddenly changed, and he hurriedly trotted over to Ling Jie. The crowd also suddenly quieted down. Master Ma called Ling Jie and Luo Ye to question him, saying that they had beaten Master Ma's people, thinking of the drunkard molesting Gu Jiao just now. Could that drunkard be Master Ma's man? This is a big trouble. Ling Jie had also heard the words Master Ma a long time ago. After knowing that it was Master Ma's man, he ran towards Huzi with a smile on his face before his assistant came over to call. What do you want, Master Ma? Ling Jie looked respectful to Huzi. Who are you? Huzi looked arrogant. He had been with Mazi Ocean for a long time, so he naturally had this sense of superiority when facing other people. I am Ling Jie. Did you say that Master Ma was looking for me? Ling Jie continued in a very humble tone. Where are Luo Ye's brother and sister? Call them over, Huzi ordered Ling Jie, then looked around. I'm here. What do you want from Master Ma? Luo Ye also hurried over, feeling extremely nervous. You beat up Master Ma's people. Master Ma is very angry. The consequences are serious. Master Ma named you, and your sister. Go over and explain the situation now. Do you want to go with me, or do I take you away? Huzi had a ferocious expression on his face. I didn't do anything just now. It wasn't me. That. Ling Jie understood now that the drunkard that Luo Ye had beaten up just now was actually Mazi Ocean's guest. If he had known that this was the background, why did he pretend just now? Now he has dug himself into a hole. They were the ones who beat up, and it has nothing to do with my brother. Many people here can testify. Ling Jie was also panicked, and hurried over to explain to Huzi. It's useless to tell me. Go over to Master Ma to explain. Humphrey, if you can't explain clearly, don't even think about leaving standing tonight. Huzi continued to show off his power. Brother Luo, take your sister and explain it to Master Ma. This matter has nothing to do with our Ling family. There is no need to involve the Ling family, right? Ling Jie quickly drew a line between himself and Luo Ye. Don't worry, Master Ling. I will explain it clearly to Master Ma. Luo Ye's face was ashen. When Luo Ye injured Liu Du just now, he felt that the situation was not good. Unexpectedly, the situation was more serious than he imagined. Originally, he thought that Ling Jie could temporarily help him calm down the situation, but he didn't expect that Liu Du actually surrendered to Mazi Ocean. Just when everyone was making a fuss, dozens of people suddenly came in at the door of the dance hall. Dozens of people surrounded Mazi Ocean like stars surrounding the moon, and came to this dance hall from the Kaesong Hall next to them. After dozens of people came in, someone immediately pushed away the onlookers, moved a few large sofas, cleared a space, and let Mazi Ocean, who had a cigar in his mouth, sit in the center of the sofa. As expected, he is a big boss. His subordinates are well trained, and they have a sense of home field wherever they go. Master Ma, I'm calling someone here, and I'll take them over soon. I've kept you waiting for a long time. I deserve to die. Seeing that Mazi Ocean came to the dance hall in person, Huzi felt that he had not done his job well, and quickly apologized to Mazi Ocean. It's okay, I drank too much and just came out for a walk. By the way, where are the three troublemakers? Mazi Ocean had a smiling expression on his face. It's this kid. You have guts. You want to scare me, right? Do you think I, Liu Du, was scared? Fuck you. Liu Du suddenly rushed over and kicked Ling Jie in the crotch, causing Ling Jie to scream. Every wrong has its perpetrator, every debt has its creditor. He didn't hit you, so go find the person who hit you. Ling Jie rushed over and tried to pull Ling Jie away. Big brother, you hit me right. You hit me well. I was blind. Please forgive me. Ling Jie pushed his sister away and apologized to Liu Du. Liu Du was Mazi Ocean's man. If the Ling family offended Master Ma, they would never be able to survive in Huang City. Apologize? What would Master Ma do if you apologized? If you want me to spare you, Then hand over the person who hit me just now. I will deal with him. You do, asked Ling Jie, and at the same time glanced around, obviously looking for Gu Jiaojiao and Luo Ye. Brother Luo, what do you think about this matter? Ling Jie hurriedly pulled Luo Ye over. Don't you have some friendship with Madame Ma? Please help me say a few words. Just say that if there is any guilt, I, Luo Ye, will bear it alone, and don't implicate my family. This great kindness, I, Luo Ye, will never forget it. Luo Ye begged Ling Jie. If the Ling family didn't help him, his family would probably be doomed tonight. Madame Ma, what happened tonight was caused by Luo Ye beating someone up. However, she is just a little girl, she is not sensible, and it is definitely wrong for her to hit someone. Can you help Master Ma to talk about this matter? Let her admit her fault, and let her brother take responsibility for her if there is anything. Ling Jie thought about it and decided to sell Luo Ye this favor. After all, in front of so many people, if he completely let it go, people would think that he, Ling Jie, was disloyal. Of course, he should also first state in his words that this matter was all caused by Luo Ye, and completely clear the responsibility of the Ling family. Master Ma, look, Master Ling came to me to plead for me. Madame Ma Chu Xiangxian looked at Ma Ziotian with a smile. She was not interested in getting involved in this matter, but she did come to give Ling Jie wine in front of many people just now, and it was not good to lose face. Okay, leave the troubled girl here, and everyone else can go. Ma Ziotian has not seen the beautiful sister of Luo Ye mentioned by you do. He came here just for Luo Ye, and he had no interest in other people. Master Ma, this is all because of me. If you want to punish me, just punish me. My sister is still young and doesn't know much. Please let her go. Luo Ye had no choice but to come over and personally confess his guilt to Ma Ziotian and plead for mercy. Oh, you are taking my words as an insult. Ma Ziotian took out the cigar from his mouth, and his face darkened. Master Ma, please be magnanimous and don't be so mean to a little girl. It's all my fault. If you have anything, please blame me. Luo Ye continued to plead for mercy to Ma Ziotian. I didn't want to do anything to her. I just heard that she is very good at kung fu, so I wanted to invite her for a drink and chat. I'll say it one last time, the rest of you can leave. Just leave her here. Ma Ziotian put the cigar in his mouth again. Hu Zi, who was standing next to Ma Ziotian, deliberately opened his clothes. There was a pistol on his waist. Chapter 433, Catching the Man Red-Handed. Mr. Ling, Master Ma has said so much. If you still don't know the tact, it will be no fun. Moreover, with Master Ma's character, do you really think he would embarrass a little girl? Maybe it is an opportunity for this little girl. Ma's wife Chu Xiangxian said to Ling Jie with a fake smile. Brother Luo, Master Ma is so kind. You should let Yi Zi stay here to accompany Master Ma. Master Ma is a man of high moral character and will not embarrass her. Don't insist. Ling Jie turned around and persuaded Luo Ye. Brother, you take sister-in-law and others away. I will stay. Luo Ye suddenly rushed over and said to Luo Ye, you absolutely can't. Luo Ye just told Gu Jiaojiao to secretly take Luo Ye away from the side door of the dance hall, but he didn't expect that she would run back alone. What he didn't know was that the side door of the dance hall had also been blocked by the people brought by Ma Ziotian. Gu Jiaojiao followed and stood a few meters away, looking at Luo Ye sadly. Luo Ye's performance these days has made her realize something. It looked like something big had happened. Big Liu has a good eye. This girl is so beautiful. The words "a natural beauty" and "a beauty that can overwhelm the country" really do the trick for her. Ma Ziotian's eyes were immediately attracted by Luo Ye, and he could no longer look away. I am responsible for my own actions. Master Ma, let them go, and I will drink with you. Luo Ye said to Ma Ziotian. Absolutely not. If anyone touches my family, I will fight him to the death. Luo Ye showed a look of despair in his eyes. He suddenly turned around and looked at Ma Ziotian with a sinister look. He had a short knife in his hand and rushed over to try to hold Ma Ziotian hostage to save the current desperate situation. Bang! A gunshot rang out, and a rubber bullet hit Luo Ye's wrist, knocking off his short knife. More than a dozen other guns were raised and pointed at Luo Ye. There were more than a dozen gunshots, and more than a dozen rubber bullets hit Luo Ye's limbs and body, and he immediately fell to the ground. "Don't kill him." Gu Jiujie rushed over and protected Luo Ye with her body. "Brother." Luo Ye also hurried forward to support Luo Ye. "Go. Why are you so stupid? Why did you come back? Do you want to piss me off to death?" Luo Ye's face was full of tears, and his body was in pain everywhere, but he could no longer feel the pain, mainly because he was too desperate. Everyone at the scene was shocked and wanted to run, but found that all the doors of the dance hall were blocked. Ling Jia's face was pale, and he regretted that he had offended Ma Xiaoshan for pretending to be cool. Fortunately, he woke up quickly, otherwise he would be the one who was unlucky now. As for Luo Ye, let Ma Xiaoshan give it to her. Beauty is a disaster, and Ling Jie will not have any thoughts about it again. "You are brave." "Are you trying to assassinate me?" Ma Xiaoshan laughed at Luo Ye and his sister. "Let them go and send my brother to the hospital. I said I will stay and drink with you." Luo Ye took 2 steps forward and looked at Ma Xiaoshan. More than a dozen guns were pointed at her again. "Okay, you stay. After they search you, everyone else can leave." Ma Xiaoshan's target was Luo Ye. Seeing that Luo Ye agreed to his conditions, he naturally had no objection. "You stay to drink with him? Have you asked for my opinion?" A teenager slowly walked out of the crowd and questioned Luo Ye. Originally, no one knew this teenager, but because he snatched the girl who was madly pursued by Ling Jie, the protagonist of today's banquet and dance, almost no one at the scene, except Ma Xiaoshan's people, didn't know him. "Jin Ke, are you crazy? We've already agreed to leave. Why is this idiot running out to act so arrogant?" Ling Jiamai cursed. Originally, the matter was very simple. If Luo Ye stayed to accompany Master Ma for a drink, everything would be fine. This ignorant teenager made such a fuss, and they might be implicated again. "Who is this? Do you want to destroy my place?" Ma Xiaoshan was just about to drive everyone away and hold Luo Ye in his arms to molest her, but he never thought that at this time, there would still be someone who dared to come out and cause trouble. What is wrong with this society now? Are there so many people who are not afraid of death? "Your place? You'd better get out of here." "I don't want to mess with you, but you'd better not mess with me either, otherwise, you can't afford the consequences." Jin turned around and said a few words to Ma Xiaoshan indifferently. The reason why Jin had not taken action before was that he really didn't like Luo Ye. But now the situation is different. Ma Xiaoshan wants to touch Luo Ye, and Jin will certainly not let this happen. After Jin said these words, everyone in the dance hall was stunned. They all looked at Jin with a strange look. This ignorant boy dared to speak to Master Ma in this tone? Let Master Ma get out? Threaten Master Ma? Who does he think he is? This guy is not just an ordinary middle school student. He wants to kill all of us? Ling Jie really didn't expect that his love rival would be such a fool who didn't know the current situation and dared to confront Master Ma like this. Previously, Luo Ye had only beaten up one of Master Ma's men. If Master Ma came to help his men find a place to fight and have a drink and a chat, the problem might have been solved. But Jin Ke offended Master Ma so much, today's matter might not end well. I can't afford the consequences. What are the consequences? Ma Xiaoshan looked around at the people around him. I've seen people who are not afraid of death, but I've never seen such a stupid person. This is the first time I've seen someone talk to Master Ma like this. The people around Ma Xiaoshan laughed with Ma Xiaoshan. Where did this monster come from? You dared to bully my master? Take my fireball. Didi Mengman. Just as Ma Xiaoshan and his group were laughing, a few shouts suddenly came from the crowd, and then a fireball. No! A peeled tomato flew out of the crowd and hit Ma Xiaoshan's face squarely, covering his face with tomato sauce. Ma Xiaoshan wiped his face in great surprise. He really didn't expect that in such an occasion, someone would dare to throw tomatoes at him. The whole place suddenly became extremely quiet, and the crowd automatically dispersed, isolating Zhang Mengdai, who threw tomatoes and mint beside her. It's over. I thought it was in the game. Zhang Mengdai widened her eyes and looked at Ma Xiaoshan and the group of fierce men who glared at her with horror. She had another peeled tomato in her hand, caught red-handed. Needless to say, it must have been her who did it. Aha! I don't know her. Really, I don't know her. I just stood with her by chance. By chance, he quickly distanced himself from Zhang Mengdai and blended into the crowd next to him. Chapter 434, Can this be wrong? You are so brave, you are so brave. I have seen several brave juniors today. Ocean reached out and grabbed the tissue handed by his subordinates. After wiping the ketchup off his face, he shook his head and looked at Jin Ke, Luo Ye and Zhang Mengdai. Catch her? Who was standing next to Ocean, asked Ocean. No need. Ocean waved his hand, then lowered his head in thought. Everyone present became extremely quiet again, just like a prisoner waiting for the court's verdict. Today, no one should leave. Ocean raised his head after thinking for a few seconds. Damn, I was killed by these idiots. Ling Jia's face turned pale. It was agreed that Luo Ye would stay to accompany the drinking, and everyone else could leave. Unexpectedly, Jin Ke, an ignorant idiot, stood up and stopped Luo Ye. Then, the even more stupid girl he brought dared to hit Ye in the face with a tomato in public. Master Ma was completely enraged. The situation was completely out of control, and there was no way it would end well. All of them might be affected by Master Ma's anger. What a little bitch. She was the one who threw ice cream at me in the private room. She threw it so accurately. It was like a lock-on attack. I don't need to retaliate against her now. Master Ma will make her suffer. Ling Jiamai cursed in her heart. She had always suspected that the two people brought by Jin Ke were the ones who threw ice cream at people, but now it seems that her suspicion is not wrong at all. Is there something wrong with this little girl's IQ? She will throw ice cream at anyone who Jin Ke fights with. She doesn't even open her eyes to see who the other person is. Luo Ye sighed. At this time, he felt mixed emotions. When the Luo family was in trouble, no one stood up. The Ling family siblings he had taken a fancy to. Ling Jie, who he thought was married to and could save the Luo family at a critical moment, just wanted to draw a line with him in a hurry, and even took the initiative to give Luo Ye to Ocean to please him. It was such a mistake. Fortunately, I didn't hand my sister over to them, otherwise, it would not bring her happiness, but send her into a fire pit. Jin Ke, this stupid and foolish boy. Luo Ye hated him for deceiving Luo Ye. However, at this time, when no one else stood up for the Luo family, only he and his friends stood up. They were as stupid as always. Their behavior and words were also stupid. And birds of a feather flocked together. The friends he brought were just as stupid as him. Although Luo Ye felt that their behavior could not change the fate of the Luo family and the fate of Luo Ye who was about to be ravaged, they still stood up at this time. At least it shows that the young man Luo Ye liked has at least some bright spots, and is not completely useless. Unfortunately, these bright spots are like candlelight in a storm. They can't save the Luo family or the current situation at all. Today, no one should leave. Ocean raised his head after thinking for a few seconds. Second young Master Ling, come here. I have something to ask you. Ocean waved to Ling Jie. Master Ma. Okay. Ling Jie's legs trembled, and he cursed Jin Ke 100 times in his heart, then walked towards Ocean with a respectful look. Are these people all guests invited to your birthday party? Ocean confirmed with Ling Jie. Not really. They are friends of the Luo family. I didn't originally want to hold my birthday party here, but Luo Ye insisted on dragging me here to hold it, and also said that he would introduce his sister to me as his girlfriend. So, it wasn't me who invited them at all. They came to my party on their own to eat and drink for free, which is really annoying. Ling Jie quickly cleared the responsibility between him and the Luo family and Jin Ke. Oh, that's it. Ocean nodded. Master Ma. Anything else you want to say? Ling Jie breathed a sigh of relief, and nodded and bowed to Ocean for instructions. What's the background of the guy who just told me to get out of here and told me not to mess with him or I can't afford the consequences? Ocean asked Ling Jie again. A poor, second-year, small-time hooligans with no background, who can probably say a few sweet words and is very good at pretending. I don't know what means he used to please the girl from the Luo family, so he thinks he is the best in the world and doesn't care about anyone. When Ling Jie mentioned Jin Ke, his words became smoother. Oh, Mazi Ocean touched his face twice in a row. Jinke's momentum just now almost scared him. Mazi Ocean originally thought that Jin Ke was bluffing, but for the sake of caution, he still asked Ling Jie. Unexpectedly, Jin Ke was really bluffing. After knowing that Jin Ke was bluffing, a nameless anger rose in Mazi Ocean's heart. Damn, I just had my eyes on a female student and wanted to have some fun with her, but I encountered this poor and ignorant boy who made trouble for me. Do you really think that the name of Master Ma was given for nothing? Today, I will not beat this boy to pieces in front of everyone. He will write the word Ma in Mazi Ocean upside down in the future. Master Ma, do you have any other orders? Ling Jie continued to ask Mazi Ocean in a flattering manner. Huzi, come here. Make him half paralyzed. Mazi Ocean ordered Huzi, a strong man in black clothes beside him. Okay. Huzi came over and grabbed Ling Jie's neck. Master Ma, spare me. Master Ma, spare me. This matter has nothing to do with me. Master Ma, I was wrong. I will never dare to do it again. Master Ma, spare me. Ling Jie was scared. Under the watchful eyes of everyone, his white pants were instantly wet in a large area, and the smell of urine spread everywhere. I asked you to deal with that middle school kid. Why did you deal with the second young master Ling? Mazi Ocean fanned his nose, frowned and said to Huzi, oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about him. Huzi quickly put Ling Jie down and walked towards Jin Ke. No way, how could you get this wrong? Ling Jie's heart was full of running horses. He had just been thinking about what he had said wrong to make Master Ma so angry that he wanted to make him half paralyzed. Second young Master Ling, I'm sorry, my Huzi is a reckless man, and sometimes his brain is not enough. Mazi Ocean looked at Ling Jie with a smile. However, it didn't matter if he made such a mistake, as it just helped him to establish his prestige in front of the Ling family. It's okay, as long as Master Ma is happy. Ling Jie quickly answered Mazi Ocean with a flattering face. At this time, the attention of the whole audience was focused on Jin Ke. Huzi, a tall and strong man with broad shoulders and a thick waist, who looked to be at least 2 meters tall, came in front of Jin Ke and Luo Ye like an iron tower. Chapter 435, Touching Porcelain. Huzi stretched his muscles and bones, and his body crackled. Then he stretched out his hand and grabbed Jin Ke's neck, ready to pick him up and squeeze him halfway through his body like he did with Ling Jie. Dee cute. Another tomato flew over from not far away, hitting Huzi's face and nose, not too hard, making his nose sore, and tears mixed with tomato juice flowed down. You little bitch, I didn't treat you just now, you're itching again, right? Huzi was furious, ignoring Jin Ke and Luo Ye, and strode towards Zhang Mengdai. No, I didn't mean it. Zhang Mengdai was so scared that she turned pale and took small steps back. Huzi strode over, stretched out a pair of tiger claws, ready to pick up Zhang Mengdai's neck, like an eagle catching a chick, and throw her to his subordinates, so that they can discipline her. But unexpectedly, someone in the crowd suddenly stretched out a leg and hooked it on his ankle. The force was neither too strong nor too weak, and the force was just enough to make Huzi lose his balance and fall heavily to the ground with a thump. Zhang Mengdai, who was so scared that she turned pale and kept retreating, screamed and jumped high when Huzi pounced on her. Then she bent her legs and her knees just happened to hit Huzi's back of the head when she fell. There was only a crack sound of bones breaking. Huzi's cervical vertebrae were dislocated, and his limbs suddenly lost consciousness. He didn't even have the strength to get up. He wanted to make Jin Ke paralyzed, but he didn't expect to be paralyzed first. Why did you fall? Someone stretched out his leg to trip you. It's none of my business. Zhang Mengdai patted Huzi's face with a harmless expression. Bo, who had just stretched out her leg and stood there to watch the fun, turned around and found that everyone around her had moved away, leaving her alone. It was definitely not me who tripped you. Don't try to extort money from me. I don't have money to pay. Bo felt that he was trying to cover up his mistake. Are you okay? Zhang Mengdai continued to pat Huzi's face, looking very concerned. Huzi felt that his neck seemed to be broken and his whole body was unconscious. This time he really cried. Damn, these people are pretending to be pigs and eating tigers. I fell into their trap. If I'm not careful, my life is over. Everyone at the scene was dumbfounded. Even Jin Ke was a little stunned. These two are very capable. The people recruited by the mentor system for him are indeed not ordinary people. While arguing, he easily knocked down a 2-meter-tall strong man. Others didn't know that Xue'er was already useless, and thought he fainted and couldn't get up. Xue'er, you idiot. Akayang, it's your turn. Let me see your skills. Go and take down that middle school kid. Ocean frowned when he saw Xue'er fall. He waved his hand and asked another strong man beside him to come and capture Jin Ke. Akayang fled to Southeast Asia a few years ago because he hurt someone and lived by fighting black boxing. When Ocean was traveling in Thailand to watch black boxing a month ago, he heard about this undefeated king who had won dozens of consecutive games in the black boxing arena. He admired Akayang's skills, so he helped him solve the domestic problems and recruited him with a high salary. It takes 1,000 days to raise an army, but only a moment to use it. Xue'er accidentally got into trouble and was defeated. Of course, it was time for Akayang to show his skills. Yes, Master Ma, Akayang responded and walked towards Jin Ke and Luo Ye. Akayang has been in Southeast Asia for a long time, and his skin has been tanned into bronze. Although he is not as scary as Xue'er, his muscles are extremely strong. A pair of arms is thicker than an ordinary person's thighs, and a pair of iron fists is harder than stone. In particular, the various scars on his face silently announced to everyone his extraordinary experiences over the years. And his eyes, when he looks at you, you will feel like being stared at by a wolf dog. If you don't run away, the next moment, it will rush up and bite you fiercely. Didi Mengmengda. Zhang Mengdai wanted to steal the show at the critical moment, so that Jin couldn't pretend. Akayang didn't even look at Zhang Mengdai. But when Zhang Mengdai threw the tomato at him, he waved it aside. Living in Southeast Asia for a long time, Akayang always maintains a high level of vigilance, instead of being arrogant and careless like Xue'er. Including when he came to capture Jin Ke, he didn't stupidly stretch out his hand to grab Jin Ke like Xue'er did, but when the two were about 2 meters apart, he rushed over with a lightning step, and his extremely hard iron fist suddenly hit Jin Ke's face. He didn't care about life or death when he captured him, as long as he captured Jin Ke according to Ma Yi's instructions. So, he wanted to kill his opponent with every punch, just like when he was fighting for his life in the black boxing ring. The onlookers saw Akayang's thick arms and bowl-sized fists, and they couldn't help but tremble in fear. They all wanted to retreat behind others, worried that they would be accidentally affected. If a fist like his hits the body, it would be half dead if not dead. Get out of the way. Luo Ye wanted to pull Jin Ke away, but found that Jin Ke was like a tree and couldn't be shaken at all. Child's play. Jin Ke snorted coldly, stretched out his hand and met Akayang's iron fist like lightning. Akayang only felt the piercing pain in his fingers. He took it back and saw that his middle finger, index finger and ring finger had been cut off at the root. No one noticed, and it was impossible to notice that in the flash of time when the two were fighting, Jin Ke had a dagger shining with golden light in his hand, which broke Akayang's fingers and then instantly retracted them into the storage ring. Akayang had been fighting in the underground black boxing for many years. This heavy blow not only did not make him retreat, but completely angered him. He used his uninjured hand to pull out a sharp-edged short knife from his leg and stabbed Jin Ke fiercely. But he stabbed nothing. Jin Ke, who was clearly in front of him, now appeared behind him. Bang! With a dull sound, Jin Ke punched Akayang in the back. If it was the previous Jin Ke, the strength of this punch would be very limited. But now, his basic attributes are already several times that of an ordinary person. He only used 3 levels of strength in this punch, plus the heavy blow from behind, which made Akayang's heart stop beating instantly and his brain went blank. Jin Ke then kneed Akayang's anus, forcing Akayang to look up at the sky. Seeing the battle situation here, Luo Ye turned around and kicked Akayang in the crotch, causing Akayang to look down at the ground. All the men present couldn't help but feel pain in their balls when they saw this scene. How can such a beautiful girl have such a fetish? She only kicks men in the balls? Her husband should be careful. Chapter 436, Just What I Want. After Xue'er, Akayang was also disabled. Everyone at the scene was stunned. Luo Ye looked at Jin Ke with an expression of disbelief. When his sister Luo Ye kicked down the drunk Liu Du, He was not very shocked. After all, it was a drunk man, and anyone else could have kicked Liu Du down. But a Kayang is different. Although Luo Ye is not very clear about a Kayang's origin, the people around Mazi Ocean are so dark and strong, and it can be imagined that they are not ordinary characters. Unexpectedly, in a head-on battle, he was knocked down by Jin Ke within a few seconds, but Luo Ye was not happy at all. If it were an ordinary gangster, Jin Ke might have shown these few moves to calm the situation. However, the opponent is Mazi Ocean. They are people with guns. Although it is a rubber bullet, it is enough to make a person lose his combat effectiveness instantly. Luo Ye is still in severe pain all over his body and cannot stand up. Ye also gasped when he saw this scene. No wonder Luo Ye likes this middle school boy. He finally learned some kung fu. But, is it useful? A few punches and kicks can deal with Ma Ye's two men. But can they deal with Ma Ye, who has dozens of guns around him? Mazi Ocean was also a little unsteady, and his face became even uglier. The two trump cards under his command couldn't handle this middle school boy. As a big boss, he had previously made a harsh statement that he would teach Jin Ke a lesson in front of everyone. What was the result? He was slapped in the face on the spot. He was slapped in the face in front of so many people. Today, this face must be slapped back. Otherwise, the two words Ma Ye will become a joke in the underworld in the future. Do you want to get out of here by yourself, or do you want me to beat you out of here? Mazi Ocean hadn't bothered Jin Ke yet, but Jin Ke took the initiative to come over and scolded Mazi Ocean. Very good, have guts. You, what are you looking at? Are you a bunch of idiots? Why don't you shoot him? Mazi Ocean was furious and shouted to his followers on both sides. Bang, 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 bang. A series of gunshots rang out, and more than a dozen armed followers around Mazi Ocean raised their guns and shot at Jin Ke. Ah, ah, ah. A series of screams rang out, and several of the more than a dozen armed followers around Mazi Ocean screamed. Ah! Mazi Ocean also screamed and covered his bleeding eyes with his hands. Stop! Stop! Don't shoot! He has an iron plate on his body. All the rubber bullets bounced back. Someone noticed that something was wrong and shouted loudly, and the followers quickly stopped shooting. What's wrong with my eye? Mazi Ocean asked the people around him. Reply to Master Ma. The eyeball is gone, and it has become a rubber bullet. The people around him quickly answered Mazi Ocean. Ah, ah, ah. Mazi Ocean howled loudly. At this moment, Jin Ke had already rushed over, and his figure was like a ghost, passing through the entourage around Mazi Ocean. Not long after, all of Mazi Ocean's entourage fell to the ground screaming. In the end, only Jin Ke was left, and Mazi Ocean, who was sitting on the sofa covering his bleeding eyes. He actually knocked down all of Ma Ye's people. Ye had an expression of disbelief on his face. When he first saw Jin Ke, Ye didn't take Jin Ke seriously at all, thinking that he was just a very second-year boy, and he didn't know what kind of sweet words he used to please Luo Ye. Unexpectedly, the two girls brought by Jin Ke knocked down Tu Zi easily. Then, he knocked down A Kayang himself. In the end, he fought alone with his bare hands against a dozen armed entourage around Mazi Ocean in the hail of bullets, and he knocked them all down without any injury. Is this watching an anti-Japanese drama? Ye's body shuddered unconsciously. Fortunately, he did not force Luo Ye to do anything. Otherwise, his balls and chrysanthemums would have been lost long ago. Who are you? Mazi Ocean looked at Jin Ke in front of him with his only remaining eye. Who am I? I told you before that I don't want to mess with you, but you'd better not mess with me, otherwise, you can't afford the consequences. I've said this much. Why don't you believe it? Jin Ke answered Mazi Ocean indifferently. The whole dance hall became extremely quiet, and even the sound of a needle falling to the ground could be heard clearly. Mazi Ocean couldn't say anything. Zi and A Kayang beside him were both top-notch masters, and the other dozen followers were also carefully selected by him, and each of them was very good at fighting, but the young man in front of him actually destroyed them all so easily. This skill can't be described as awesome at all. It's simply a monster. Brother, you are really good at fighting. But in today's society, you can't just get by with fighting. I don't want to hurt you, so I asked them to only load rubber bullets in their pistols. Think about it, if we had real guns and live ammunition today, would you still be alive to stand here and talk to me? Mazi didn't want to lose face in front of everyone, and still threatened Jin Ke. How about this? It's not good for so many people to see you killing people with real guns and live ammunition. Why don't you let them all leave, and I'll stay alone to drink with you, and then we'll dismantle the surveillance in this room and play with real guns. What do you think? Jin Ke approached Mazi and said a few words to him. It would be very troublesome to mess with such a big boss in the underworld. Jin Ke didn't want to use his superpowers to kill people in front of everyone, nor did he want to kill people in the real world, but Mazi refused to give up at this point, and finally forced Jin Ke to kill him. He wanted to play with real guns, which was exactly what Jin Ke wanted. Because he wanted to use a real gun, he had to hide the traces, and Jin Ke had superpowers to kill people, so he also had to hide the traces. Mazi mouth twitched, and when he was about to ask all the irrelevant people at the scene to leave, his cell phone rang. Looking at the caller ID on his cell phone, Mazi stood up immediately, with an extremely respectful expression on his face. Judging from his expression, the caller was definitely an important person. Master Go, what do you want? Okay, Master Go, something happened here, please help me. Master Go, it's like this. Mazi walked aside and whispered. After hanging up the phone, Mazi walked back to the sofa, swept away the previous dejection, and became full of energy again. Although he was blind in one eye, he couldn't be called full of energy, but Mazi didn't want to lose his aura in front of Jin Ke and everyone at this time. Chapter 437 Calling a deer a horse. Master Go has brought people here in person. Mazi endured the pain and lit a cigar in his hand, and said to Xue'er beside him, Master Go has come in person. That's great. There is nothing in Tanu province that Master Go can't handle. Xue'er was very surprised. Master Go, the legendary Master Go is coming. Ling Jia's eyes widened. Hey, who is Master Go? Ling Jiai asked Ling Jia. She was not very familiar with the situation of these big guys. Who is the peak at the end of the immortal road? Once you see the Go family, the road is empty. If I want to have it, the sky cannot be without it. If I don't want to have it, the sky will not allow it. Master Go, who children in the whole Tanu province dare not cry at night. Master Liu's right-hand man, a legendary figure. Ling Jia's expression became extremely excited, like a fangirl about to meet her idol. Who is Master Liu? Ling Jia muttered again. Forget it, you won't understand even if I tell you. Anyway, all you need to know is that in the 5 provinces of Central and South China, there is nothing that Master Liu can't solve with a word. Ling Jia sighed. Master Ma already made him look up to him, and Master Go could make the entire Tanu land tremble. As for Master Liu, he is a godlike existence. Luo Ye's face also changed drastically. After all, he is also a person who has stepped into this circle. Of course, he knows Master Ma, Master Go and Master Liu. These masters are bigger than each other and more difficult to provoke. But it seems that the Luo family is in big trouble tonight. These masters, who are bigger than each other, will completely crush the Luo family. But how to say it? A dead pig is not afraid of boiling water. Anyway, the Luo family is finished, and he is finished. Can it be worse than the current situation? It is not a pity for him to die. Now he just wants his family to survive. I don't object to you being with him. Take your sister-in-law and leave here quickly while that Mr. Go is not here. I don't think they can stop you now. When Mr. Go comes, things will be troublesome. Luo Ye asked Gu Jiao to call Luo Ye over and whispered a few words to her. Brother, what about you? Luo Ye asked Luo Ye. I will take care of everything here. After you go out, leave Huang City. Your sister-in-law has a house in the countryside of Guanjian province. You can hide there temporarily. Luo Ye told Luo Ye. I won't leave. If you want to leave, let's go together. Luo Ye shook his head. Why are you so stubborn? I'm afraid you won't be able to leave if it's any later. Luo Ye was a little anxious. Brother, if you don't leave, I won't leave either. Luo Ye had a very firm expression. Jin Ke, I can't persuade my sister. Take her away quickly while no one is stopping you now. It will be too late if it's any later. Luo Ye couldn't persuade Luo Ye, and with the help of Gu Jiao, he moved over with difficulty to persuade Jin Ke. Why do you want to leave? Jin Ke looked at Luo Ye with a strange expression. You guys. Luo Ye sighed anxiously. Are you scared? Are you scared? Want to leave? If you have the guts, don't leave. Ma Xiaoshan was unable to stop Jin Ke now, but he wanted Master Go to help him save face, so he deliberately provoked Jin Ke with words. I'll wait here. Call all the masters you have, so I can take them all down at once to avoid trouble. Jin Ke sneered. Okay, whoever leaves is a grandson. As long as you have the courage to wait for Master Go to come, everything will be fine. Seeing that Jin Ke didn't leave, Ma Xiaoshan couldn't help but feel happy. The whole ballroom became extremely quiet again, with only Ma Xiaoshan's men screaming on the ground. Everyone was waiting for the legendary Master Go to show up. I don't know if this middle school boy will dare to confront him head-on after Master Go shows up. If he still dares to confront him head-on, it will really be like an egg hitting a stone, overestimating his own abilities. No matter how powerful a person's martial arts is, can he defeat the power of an entire province? Luo Ye became more and more worried and anxious, but he had no way to deal with his sister Luo Ye. More than 10 minutes passed, and there was a chaotic sound of footsteps at the door of the dance hall. Master Go is here, make way. With a cry, several charming women in black leather jackets broke into the dance hall. They looked like eagles and wolves, and it was obvious that they were not ordinary characters. Then, a man who was not too tall and not too strong walked slowly into the dance hall from outside. Although he was not too tall and not too strong, many people at the scene were suppressed by his extremely powerful aura when they saw this man. This aura is a kind of momentum that naturally forms after being in a high position for a long time. It can only be understood, not expressed in words. After seeing this man, Ma Xiaoshan and his followers, as well as his friends, all greeted him with respectful expressions. Welcome to Mr. Go. Ma Xiaoshan endured the pain in his eyes and personally led the man to the sofa where he had sat before. Ma, what's wrong with your eyes? The man asked Ma Xiaoshan in a somewhat strange tone. The man's surname was Go and his name was Tian, which was what they called Mr. Go. Hearing Go Tian's question, the faces of the people present were all dignified. What kind of person is Ma Xiaoshan? He was so servile in front of Go Tian, and was directly called Ma. It is conceivable how powerful this Mr. Go is. No wonder Ma Xiaoshan can call the wind and rain in the streets of Huang City and cover the sky with one hand. With such a background and backing, no matter how ordinary a person is, he will become a master. Reply to Mr. Go. I was beaten by a little beast. This little beast also said that Mr. Go, you are a fart. He will beat you blind when he sees you. Ma Xiaoshan began to sow discord. He knew that Go Tian had a hot temper and could not tolerate others calling him a fart, so he deliberately used this to provoke Go Tian. Anyway, no one present dared to testify that Jin Ke didn't say that. Damn, how dare you scold me? Where is he? Go Tian was really furious and asked Ma Xiaoshan. Luo Ye couldn't help but be very angry. This Ma Xiaoshan was completely calling a black cat a white cat and confusing right and wrong. When did Jin Ke say that Master Go was a piece of shit? He's standing right there, the stupidest looking one. Ma Xiaoshan pointed at Jin Ke. Ma Xiaoshan was very proud at this time. With Master Go's support, he would definitely get his place back today. You know, Master Go has a very violent personality. If that kid falls into Master Go's hands, he will be skinned alive. Go Tian looked in the direction Ma Xiaoshan pointed and saw Jin Ke standing there. This kid is in trouble. He could have run away, but he chose to wait here to save his life. It's too late to regret now. It's not easy to die after offending Master Go. No matter how good he is at fighting, Master Go can crush him to death with just one finger. The onlookers were talking about it. After seeing Jin Ke, Go Tian's expression became extremely strange. He quickly took out his phone and found the photos taken at the Yu family banquet at noon. Chapter 438, Resounding. Damn, isn't this Master Jin? After Go Tian saw the photo of Jin Ke standing next to Master Liu and compared him with the young man in front of him, He immediately jumped up from the sofa and strode towards Jin Ke. Master Go is going to personally take action against this kid. Ocean looked at Gotian with some doubts. Seeing this scene, Luo Ye's heart was in his throat and his body was shaking because of nervousness. Ye looked at Jin Ke with gloating, and at the same time, he looked at Gotian with warm eyes. He had never had such a good opportunity to get close to this legendary big man before, and today he finally had the opportunity. If he could talk to Master Go for a few words, or be appreciated by Master Go, just a word from Master Go would greatly improve the status of their Ling family in Huang City. How can he talk to Master Go? Scolding Jin Ke a few words should be able to please Master Go, right? Didi Mengman, take my hit. Zhang Mengdai was about to come up with another fireball, but found that his hands were empty. Where are the tomatoes that I just peeled? This tomato is so delicious with its flesh. Bo only had half of it left in his hand. How can you eat so much and not get fat? Zhang Mengdai looked at Bo with envy. Mr. Jin, why are you here? Gotian came to Jin Ke and greeted him respectfully. Is it you, Go? Jin Ke looked at Gotian. He had some impression of Gotian. When they were drinking, Gotian sat next to Liu Qian and toasted him a few times, and always called himself Go. Yes, it's me. Go, Mr. Jin, you have a good memory. You still remember me? When we were eating, I wiped your sweat with a towel. Gotian was very happy to see Jin Ke recognize him. Well, you like to laugh a lot, so you have a certain degree of recognition and are easier to remember. Jin Ke didn't expect that the person Ocean called was actually someone he knew. He was ready to fight again, but it seems that there is no need. Seeing Master Go and Jin Ke chatting and laughing, everyone at the scene was dumbfounded. Luo Ye couldn't figure out why Master Go was so affectionate to Jin Ke, and even respectfully called Jin Ke Master Jin. From the expressions of the two when they were talking, it was obvious that Master Go was extremely respectful to Jin Ke. How could it be possible? Wasn't he a poor boy from Yunfeng City? How could he know a big guy like Master Go after not seeing him for a few months? And it seemed that Master Go respected him very much. Ye had a stupid expression on his face. Did he get the wrong script? Shouldn't Master Go hire someone to beat Jin Ke up at this time? Why did the style suddenly change and Master Go became extremely respectful to Jin Ke? What did Master Go call him just now? Ocean asked Liu Du beside him. Master Go called him Master Jin. Liu Du answered Ocean. Nonsense. Why would Master Go call him Master Jin? Ocean really couldn't stand all this. I think it's ridiculous too. Liu Du suddenly felt that the situation was not good. Mr. Jin, how did these blind people offend you? Gotian remembered the business and asked Jin Ke in a hurry. We were dancing in the dance hall here. That man was drunk and came to tease my wife's sister-in-law. Then he wanted to tease my wife. My wife beat him up. He was not convinced, so he called a man named Ma to bully my wife. Jin Ke described the incident roughly. Luo Ye couldn't help but blush when she heard Jin Ke call her wife. Damn, the hatred of insulting my wife is irreconcilable. Gotian was shocked. This Ocean was too much. They said they wanted to force my wife to stay here alone to drink with them, so I fought with them. Jin Ke finished his story. Mr. Jin, are you okay? Gotian asked Jin Ke. Do you think I look like I'm in trouble? Jin Ke smiled faintly. Indeed, with your ability, they are really courting death if they dare to provoke you. Gotian also smiled, then turned back to look at Ocean. The more Ocean listened, the more wrong it seemed. No matter how stupid he was, he knew that he had really provoked someone he shouldn't have provoked tonight. No wonder Jin Ke said to him, I don't want to provoke you, but you'd better not provoke me either, otherwise, you can't afford the consequences. Jin Ke didn't brag. He really shouldn't have provoked Jin Ke, and he really couldn't afford the consequences. Being blind is a small matter, but provoking someone respected by Mr. Go, the consequences can be imagined, especially since he was trying to sow discord just now. Once Mr. Go and this Mr. Jin got on with each other, he would be exposed. Wouldn't it be that he called Mr. Go a fart? At that time, he would really be in big trouble. Mr. Go, Ocean saw Mr. Go looking at him, so he had to bite the bullet and move over. Ocean, how dare you touch Master Jin's woman? Gotian jumped up and slapped Ocean on the head, cursing at him. Master Go. It's not me. It's that guy who wants to hit Master Jin's woman. Mazi Ocean quickly pointed at Liu Du. Liu Du was about to run away, but was kicked to the ground by one of the women brought by Gotian. You still dare to hit Master Jin? Gotian slapped Mazi Ocean on the head again. He? Who is he? I don't know the real man. Mazi Ocean was very scared and aggrieved. Who hit who? Jin Ke looked very young, less than 20 years old. He didn't remember such a person at all. He is Master Liu's sworn brother, Gotian answered Mazi Ocean in a loud voice. Master Liu. Mazi Ocean's eyes went dark and he almost collapsed to the ground. How could he be so blind? He actually provoked Master Liu's sworn brother, Master Liu, the legendary Iron Warrior Master Liu. In his opinion, those who have contact with Master Liu and can call Master Liu brothers are all top bosses. What ability does this young man have to become sworn brothers with Master Liu? At noon, Master Liu personally toasted him and told us in person that no matter what Master Jin ordered, it would be regarded as Master Liu's personal request. Do you want Master Liu to tear you into pieces and grind your bones to ashes? Gotian slapped Mazi Ocean on the head again. Master Jin, I was blind and didn't know that you were Master Liu's brother. I deserve to die. Damn it. Damn it. Mazi Ocean slapped himself in front of Jin Ke. His eyes were still bleeding, and this slap really hurt, but no matter how painful it was, Mazi Ocean had to grit his teeth and endure it. If Master Jin refused to forgive what happened today, he, Mazi Ocean, would be completely finished. Everyone in the dance hall was dumbfounded. It was unbelievable that Mazi Ocean, who was so powerful and influential in Huang City and had everyone calling him master, actually apologized to a boy under 20 years old by slapping himself in the face. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 439 The Instigator. Chu Xiangxian was also horrified. She originally thought that since Master Go, Mazi Ocean's biggest backer, had come, all the troubles today would be solved. Unexpectedly, the person they offended was even more powerful than Mazi Ocean's backer. Ling Jie's body was shaking constantly. He was still thinking of taking advantage of today's opportunity to get to know Master Go, the big boss. Unexpectedly, he offended Master Liu's sworn brother first. The Ling family will have a hard time in the future. Luo Ye looked at Jin Ke with an incredible expression. The scene of Jin Ke beating up Mazi Ocean's subordinates made him think that Jin Ke was only good at kung fu. He really didn't expect that Jin Ke was actually a sworn brother with the legendary Master Liu. What did he say to Jin Ke before Jin Ke left Yunfu City? In our society, the classes have already solidified. Without a good foundation, it is impossible for a child from a poor family to become the next Jack Ma. You are now at an age full of fantasies. Once you enter society, you will be beaten to a pulp. It's not that I look down on you. Even if I give you 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or 100 years, you will not be worthy of my ear. What's more, Ye doesn't have that much time to wait for you. If you love her, for her happiness, you have to learn to let go. If you have other intentions, I advise you to take the benefits and leave quickly. Ye is easy to fool, but I am not so easy to fool. A few months have passed, and Luo Ye owes a lot of high-interest loans and is about to be homeless on the streets, which is even worse than being homeless on the streets. However, this brother-in-law whom he looked down on has become a sworn brother with Master Liu, who is feared in the 5 provinces of the southeast. Thinking back to what he said at the beginning, he was really ashamed. Shameful. Too shameful. Master Jin, these blind people have offended you. How do you think we can vent our anger? Gotian asked Jin Ke. Mazi Ocean is Gotian's capable subordinate, helping him manage the business in Huang City. Gotian still feels a little distressed if he really wants to completely destroy Mazi Ocean. But Mazi Ocean has offended Master Liu's sworn brother. If Master Jin insists on punishing Mazi Ocean, whether to kill or chop him, Gotian can only do it. Otherwise Master Liu will lose face. Mazi Ocean is your man, right? Jin Ke also saw the relationship between Gotian and Ma Xiaoshan. Alas, I am also jointly responsible for not disciplining him strictly and offending Master Jin. Gotian looked ashamed. In this case, I have to give brother Go face, so let's just forget about it. Jin Ke decided to stop here. He now wants to use his special abilities to develop his career, and spend more time with Xue'er when he has time, so that Xue'er can grow up happily. It is best not to provoke these gangsters if you can. Moreover, he did not suffer any loss tonight. Instead, Ma Xiaoshan was blinded in one eye, and his men were injured or disabled. There is no point in pursuing the matter further. We can't kill them all, right? In a society ruled by law, we still have to abide by the law. This is a good opportunity to give Gotian some face. In Tanu province, they may be useful in the future. Haha, Mr. Jin is so magnanimous. Go admires him very much. Go owes Mr. Jin a favor for this matter. If Mr. Jin has any mission in the future, Go will do his best. Gotian was very happy to hear what Jin Ke said. This Mr. Jin is a man who knows what he is doing. He is worth making friends with. I won't pursue Ma Xiaoshan, but I'll ask Master Go to teach this drunkard, the instigator of tonight's conflict, a lesson for me. He flirted with my wife's sister-in-law and wanted to bully my wife, which caused me and Master Go's men to fight, causing so many injuries. His crime is unforgivable. Jin Ke changed the subject and pointed at Liu Du, who was beside Ma Xiaoshan. Yes, it was him. He instigated discord. He caused the incident tonight. Ma Xiaoshan immediately sold out Liu Du after hearing what Jin Ke said. This matter tonight was just over, and everyone was a little unhappy. Someone had to take the blame, right? Oh, it was you? Gotian looked at Liu Du, and finally found an outlet for his unhappiness. Master Go, Luo Ye owed me tens of millions of debts and couldn't pay them back. He said that the company and all the property under his name would belong to me. I thought his wife and sister should also be mine, so I took action against them. Liu Du quickly knelt down and begged Gotian for mercy. Liu Du, who was under Ma Xiaoshan, had heard a lot about Gotian. Gotian looked harmless, like a cute boy, but his biggest hobby was to torture people, using all kinds of perverted methods. He didn't want to be Gotian's plaything, so he had to explain the reason clearly. After hearing Liu Du's words, everyone on the scene looked at Luo Ye. Gu Jiaoji sighed. Although she just knew about this, Luo Ye's distraught performance these days had already made her guess a lot. Luo Ye was a little surprised by this. She had never cared about the economic problems of the Luo family. She didn't expect her brother to owe so much foreign debt and even had to pay off all the company and property. With his IQ, it's only because he inherited the Luo family's business that he can enjoy a good time. His future won't be smooth forever. Sooner or later, he will hit his head and bleed, and even drag down everyone in the Luo family. Luo Ye couldn't help but think of what Jin Ke had said to her. It seemed that Jin Ke had a unique vision and was very accurate in judging things and people. He was right about this kind of thing. My company was secretly tricked by someone, which led to a broken capital chain, and then fell into a loan scam they set up. I only borrowed 10 million, but the interest compounded to 80 million in a month and a half. They are a bunch of liars. They almost broke my family. Luo Ye was exposed in public. His face turned red because of shame and anger. Tears were also flashing in his eyes, but he still tried to defend himself. No matter how much money you owe, we have to bear it together. Why didn't you tell me anything? Gu Jiaojiao came over to comfort Luo Ye. Brother, you didn't tell us about such a big thing. Luo Ye also said a few words to Luo Ye. No, everyone has their own responsibility. I will pay off the debt I owe, and it has nothing to do with you. Luo Ye gritted his teeth. You owe 10 million, and it turned into 80 million in 1.5 months. You are really making money in this business. Jin Ke looked at Liu Du, who was kneeling on the ground. We all do this in our industry. Otherwise, how can we make money? This is the industry rule. Mr. Jin can go and ask around. Liu Du explained to Jin Ke. Oh, this person is also yours, right? He actually set up a scam to destroy my wife's family. Wow, he is really brave. Brother Go, what do you think about this? Jin Ke turned to Gotian. Chapter 440. The law does not punish everyone. What's your name? Gotian asked Liu Du. Liu Du answered Gotian honestly. Where are your loan contracts? Show them to me, Gotian asked Liu Du. I don't have them with me. Liu Du felt that the situation was not good. Oh, it's okay. Have someone send them over. Gotian continued to talk to Liu Du. The company is off work. There is no way to send them over. Liu Du made up an excuse. You are the boss. Can you ask your employees to work overtime to get them for you? Gotian patiently said to Liu Du. The contract is in Beijing. Even if you take a plane, you can't get it until tomorrow. Liu Du pretended to be very distressed. Okay, I think this way. I'll give you 20 minutes to get the contract. Come on, Gotian shouted to the person beside him. Mr. Go, please give me your instructions. A woman in a leather jacket ran over in response. Watch the time. After 20 minutes, if he doesn't bring the contract, you will remove one of his phalanges for every minute that passes until all his 10 fingers are bald. If his fingers are gone, we will remove his toe. If his toes are gone, we will cut off his third leg. Gotian thought for a moment and gave the order to the leather jacket woman. Yes. After receiving the order, the leather jacket woman immediately had someone hold down Liu Du, and then took out an extremely sharp short knife and put it on Liu Du's finger. Master Go, don't do it. Liu Du was so scared that he sobered up. Gotian no longer paid attention to Liu Du, but chatted and laughed with Jin Ke. Call quickly. Master Go is swift and decisive in his work, and he always keeps his word. If you don't want to be cut into a ball in the end, call someone to deliver the contract. Mazi Ocean stretched out his hand and slapped Liu Du on the head. I'll call now. Liu Du quickly took out his mobile phone, made a call, and then asked the other side to do everything possible to get Luo Ye's loan contract within 20 minutes. Damn it, it's still in Beijing. How can you get it in these 20 minutes? In order to please Gotian, Mazi Ocean beat and scolded Liu Du again. Master Go, the loan of the Luo family was not made by my family. They all participated and made cages together, but I have more, accounting for about half. Liu Du felt unfair after being beaten and scolded, and quickly gave up all his accomplices. The law does not punish the masses. He can't just hold on here, right? What if Master Go wants them to reduce the interest or something? It's better for everyone to bear it together. Oh, who else? Gotian looked around at the others. Come here if you don't want to die. Mazi Ocean shouted to the other people. Another 4 boss-like people came over and honestly confessed to Mazi Ocean all the loans of the Luo family in their hands. Bring the contract. The same time, if you exceed the time limit, your fingers will be removed. Mazi Ocean gave the order for Gotian. Brother Luo, does your loan involve these people? Gotian asked Luo Ye. Yes. Luo Ye nodded. Okay, I'll take care of this matter after I look at the contract. Gotian promised Luo Ye. Thank you, Master Go. Luo Ye looked at Gotian with gratitude. He had been desperate, but he didn't expect that there would be a turnaround now. Why thank me? Thank your brother-in-law. In addition, just call me Brother Go. Don't call me older than me in front of Master Jin. Gotian patted Luo Ye on the shoulder. Don't dare that. Brother Jin. Brother Jin Ke, thank you. Luo Ye looked at Jin Ke with embarrassment. Jin Ke ignored him and talked to Zhang Mengdai and Bo He who came over. 20 minutes later, Luo Ye brought all the loan contracts to the ballroom. Are these the ones? Gotian confirmed with Luo Ye. Yes. Luo Ye nodded after flipping through them. Are these all the originals? You have to look carefully. Gotian continued. Luo Ye nodded to Gotian after checking. Master Go, this contract is protected by law, and it has been notarized and retained at the notary office. Even if we go to court, he has to pay us back so much. Liu Du said a few words to Gotian. It's all a yin-yang contract. They tricked me into signing it. When I signed it, they said one thing, industry rules and so on, but they didn't count the second they turned around. Luo Ye had a very sad and angry expression. You are stupid. Who else can you blame? Liu Du muttered in a low voice. The company's funds are not turning over. Why did you borrow usury? Gu Jiaojiao asked Luo Ye in a low voice. These loan companies on the road are not easy to mess with. Once you mess with them, your life is over. Just like those campus loans, many ignorant college students are deceived in this way. If you want to borrow a few thousand yuan to buy a mobile phone, several loan companies will work together to make a cage and a yin-yang contract. When you can't pay it back on time, you can borrow from one company and pay it back from another. In a few months, a few thousand yuan can be rolled into hundreds of thousands. The key is, after going to court, the contract produced by the loan company is reasonable and legal, and you can't win even if you sue. It would be fine if the ignorant college students were deceived, but Gu Jiaojiao never expected that her husband, whom she had always admired, would also fall into such a low-level loan trap. I think I can pay it back, but someone has been playing tricks behind the scenes. Alas, it's hard to explain. Luo Ye was ashamed. Master Go, for the sake of my brother-in-law, can you reduce the interest? Gu Jiaojiao asked Go Tian. She knew that Luo Ye was shy and embarrassed to ask for such things, especially this matter depends on Jin Ke's face. Tell him to talk to his brother-in-law. Go Tian saw that Jin Ke seemed to be a little unhappy with Luo Ye, and deliberately dragged the topic to Luo Ye and Jin Ke. Go talk to your brother-in-law. Gu Jiaojiao pushed Luo Ye. Forget it. Let Master Go handle it. Luo Ye was so ashamed at this time that he was too embarrassed to ask Jin Ke, please help me. Luo Ye also knew that her brother was shy, so she had to come over and gently pull Jin Ke's sleeve. What are you calling me? Jin Ke looked at Luo Ye. Luo Ye was confused. Call me husband, otherwise, why should I help you? Bo muttered beside him. Yes. You already have a child. Why don't you call me husband? Zhang Mengdai also cheered beside him. Husband, please help me. Luo Ye hesitated for a long time and finally spoke. Her face flushed. Brother Go, what do you think about this? Jin turned to Go Tian. No problem. Since Mr. Jin has spoken, the interest on this loan will be waived. Go Tian looked at Liu Du and others on the ground. Everyone present was stunned. With just one word from Jin Ke, Go Tian waived the 70 million yuan of compound interest. 70 million. Chapter 441. Log into the game. The interest of 70 million forced Luo Ye into a desperate situation. If these interests were waived, the Luo family could avoid the end of family destruction. No, Master Go. A large group of brothers have to spend money. If the interest is reduced, we can't explain to the brothers. Liu Du and others relied on their large numbers to protest to Go Tian. You can't explain to the brothers under you. You have caused so many families to be broken up by lending at high interest rates. Why don't you think about how these people will explain to their families? Jin couldn't help but speak when he heard Liu Du's strange remarks. One is willing to fight and the other is willing to suffer. We didn't force anyone to borrow money from us. Liu Du seemed to be very reasonable. Don't want to reduce the interest? Go Tian confirmed with Liu Du. It's not that I don't want to, but I can't. Master Go. Liu Du and the alliance of usurers around him became tough. Master Go. It's not easy for brothers to do things. Give a compromise. Ma Xiaoshan also whispered to Go Tian. The money they earned from loan sharking also went to Ma Xiaoshan. As a community of interests, Ma Xiaoshan's attitude on this matter can be imagined. Then I think it's better to do this. Go Tian pondered. Liu Du and others looked at Go Tian eagerly. Luo Ye was the biggest fat sheep that their gang had caught in the past few months. Starting from buying off Luo's upstream and downstream customers, they set traps and designs step by step. Finally, they were about to reap the fruits of victory. How could they give up at this time? I think it's better to do this. The principal and interest are waived together. Just sign here. Abolish all previous loan contracts, and all debts are cleared together. Go Tian spoke. What? Liu Du and others were stunned. Luo Ye was also a little dumbfounded. Go Tian said that his interest would be waived, and he was already crying with joy. He didn't expect that he didn't even have to pay back the principal. Master Go, you can't do this. Lending also has costs. If this happens, the brothers will have no way to survive. Ma Xiaoshan also persuaded Go Tian. Yes, Master Go. You can't do this. Liu Du and others could not accept this result at all. Master Go, how about this? Let the Luo family give them all their assets as the brothers' cost expenditure. The extra interest that cannot be repaid is fine. It is already very face-saving to let them be debt-free. Ma Xiaoshan proposed a compromise. Cost? No problem. Let me sign an agreement with you and transfer all the debts owed to you by the Luo family to me. When the time comes, you can come to me and calculate all the costs clearly. I will not give you a penny less. Go Tian continued. After hearing what Go Tian said, Everyone present looked at each other in bewilderment. How great was Jin Ke's face! In a word, Gotian directly waived the principal of the Luo family's debt and the interest of more than 80 million. Liu Du and others disagreed, and Gotian took all the debts on himself. Master Go, this is not possible. How can we collect debts from you? Liu Du felt something was wrong. This is not possible. And that is not possible? What do you want? Rebellion? Gotian was furious. Hurry up and sign the agreement. Seeing Gotian was angry, Mazi Ocean didn't dare to persuade him anymore. He quickly asked Liu Du and others to sign a new agreement to transfer all the debts of the Luo family to Gotian. Liu Du wanted to say something else, but was slapped on the head by Mazi Ocean and didn't dare to speak again. Next, of course, was to sign the debt transfer agreement. With these agreements, Luo Ye was equivalent to being completely clear with Liu Du and the others. Brother Go, I will definitely find a way to pay you back this money in the future. Luo Ye promised Gotian, wait until you recover, there's no rush to pay it back. Gotian waved to Luo Ye. Thank you, without you, the Luo family would be finished this time. Luo Ye turned to Jin Ke. Jin Ke glanced at Luo Ye and said nothing. Mr. Jin, let me take care of the rest. I'm sorry for disturbing you today. Gotian said goodbye to Jin Ke. He had to go back to deal with Liu Du and his gang. Thank you, Brother Go, for this. Jin Ke knew that everything Gotian did just now was for him to see, and he had to accept this favor. After the two of them exchanged a few more pleasantries, Gotian led his people away. The ballroom was still silent, and everyone looked at Jin Ke with strange eyes, especially Ling Jie. His expression at this time seemed particularly awkward. He wanted to go up and say hello but couldn't open his mouth. If he didn't say hello, he was afraid of offending this big man, and it would be difficult for the Ling family to survive in Huang City in the future. However, Jin Ke obviously had no interest in him, and he had no interest in staying in the ballroom. After saying goodbye to Luo Ye, he left with Bo He and Zhang Mengdai. Wheel and Home Community, 17 villas. Jin Ke sat on the edge of the bed, turned on his phone and tried to log into the Horror City game, but found that the server was still under maintenance. I don't know when the server maintenance will be completed. After the server is open again, what will happen if he logs into the game in his current situation? He didn't log out of the game, and then, he logged in again in the game. Xue'er, call mom, Luo Ye said to Xue'er while supporting her on the bed. After leaving the dance hall, she followed Jin Ke to Villa 17. Xue'er laughed and rolled around on the bed, babbling, obviously not knowing how to call mom and dad yet. Do you know a game called Horror City? Jin Ke asked Luo Ye. Yeah, I know. Luo Ye glanced at Jin Ke, not very surprised by the topic. Are you playing it too? Jin Ke looked at Luo Ye. When he became a mentor, he tried to recruit Luo Ye by locking and searching, and got a very strange prompt. It said that the target has been recruited, please change to another target. Then it said that the studio has no right to view it, because the person who recruited her has higher authority than the studio. Yes. Luo Ye looked away. You seem to know that I am playing this game? Jin Ke saw something from Luo Ye's reaction. I know, but I didn't know that you manage a studio branch in the Wheel and Home Community. Luo Ye continued to tease Xue'er. How did you enter the game? What happened after entering the game? In which area of the game? Jin Ke continued to ask Luo Ye. One night, I had a dream. Luo Ye told Jin Ke everything that happened that night. So, you played this game to save my life? Yes, I thought it was ridiculous at first, but then I found that everything in this game world was far beyond my imagination. Luo Ye continued to avoid Jin Ke's gaze. Thank you for saving me. Jin Ke spoke after a moment of silence. Chapter 442 Resuming normal login. If you were me, you would save me too, right? Luo Ye said calmly. Where was your birthplace in the game? What did you experience after entering the game? Jin Ke was silent for a while before asking Luo Ye in detail. In an unmanned spaceship. It was very boring, doing almost the same thing every day. Luo Ye answered Jin Ke. Unmanned spaceship? Jin Ke was very surprised. Could it be that Luo Ye, like Zhang Mengdai, was born in a very strange place like Nightmare Castle? Yes, a very big spaceship, a giant spaceship numbered Galaxy XHZB 2365, has been moving at superluminal speed in the universe, and no one knows where it is going. What did you do in that spaceship? Physical attribute training and combat training in some training cabins, and then find ways to open more cabins, explore around, and look for food, water, and energy cores. It seems that we are not playing the same game. Jin Ke frowned. Recently I found a teleportation chamber, which seems to be able to teleport other game players to the spaceship. I originally wanted to teleport you to me, but I didn't get your consent, and I didn't know if it was safe, so I didn't do it. Luo Ye answered Jin Ke. Teleportation chamber? Jin couldn't help but think of Zhang Mengdai's teleportation platform. Could it be that Luo Ye is another guardian of the teleportation platform? Is he also the incarnation of a leader of the Nen clan? Yes, there is a console where you can fill in the player's name and game ID, and then there is a teleportation button. I think it must be possible to teleport other players to me. I have seen a similar teleportation device, and you can indeed teleport me in the game there. Jin Ke heard what Luo Ye said, and he was more convinced of what place Luo Ye was in. Have you seen it? Yes. Are you unable to advance the game and feel very bored? Jin Ke remembered Zhang Mengdai's experience. Girls are still naturally inferior to boys in playing this kind of game, perhaps because they are not as interested as boys. They can't find clues to advance the progress of the game. Indeed, if I hadn't promised that Black Shadow that I must play for 2 hours every day, I might have stopped playing. And I think this is not just a game, but a real world. The feeling I have in the spaceship is no different from the real world. Luo Ye glanced at Jin Ke. Are you playing games on your phone or in the game cabin? Jin Ke heard some more information from Luo Ye's words. Game cabin. Game cabin. It looks like you. How about this? After the server maintenance is over, you enter the game and teleport me over, and I'll help you see what's going on over there. Jin Ke thought about it and proposed to Luo Ye. Are you sure that the teleportation is safe? Luo Ye looked a little worried. I've encountered similar situations, and this kind of teleportation is safe. Jin Ke nodded. That's good. The Black Shadow has never appeared since he brought me into the game. I've been playing this game and I don't know what I should do. You can help me study it when you come over. Luo Ye was very happy to hear Jin Ke say this. You have a teleportation platform of the Nen clan. Jin Ke told Luo Ye what he had learned. The teleportation platform of the Energy Clan? Yes, the Energy Clan is an intelligent life form that appeared when the universe was born. According to the background of the game that I have learned, this game world is a small universe separated from the big universe, and it is an unstable small universe. In the entire unstable small universe, there are a total of 12 Energy Clan teleportation platforms, each of which is guarded by an incarnation sent by the 12 elders of the Energy Clan. Perhaps because the 12 elders are too old and gradually fall into a deep sleep, these incarnations gradually lose contact with their original bodies, and the 12 teleportation platforms are therefore sealed one by one, and gradually lose contact with the unstable small universe, becoming 12 isolated space tumors drifting in the unstable small universe. Jin Ke stopped after saying this. Luo Ye is also the incarnation of one of the 12 elders. By the way, he seems to have heard these things from the female ghost teacher. The female ghost teacher is a habitual liar. Can you believe her words? Luo Ye didn't understand the game background introduced by Jin Ke, and he didn't seem to be interested. After Jin Ke stopped, Luo Ye did not ask any more questions, but continued to tease Xue'er. At this moment, Jin Ke's phone and Luo Ye's phone rang at the same time. After turning on the phone, Jin Ke saw a message. The game server maintenance is over, and normal login has been restored. The game can be logged in, Luo Ye said to Jin Ke, and it was obvious that she received the same message as Jin Ke. Leave Xue'er to Zhao, and you can send me to your place to take a look. Jin Ke asked Luo Ye. So urgent? Luo Ye seemed reluctant to leave Xue'er. Okay, you can play with her for a while, there's no hurry. Jin Ke was not in a hurry for this moment. Luo Ye continued to tease Xue'er, but Jin Ke was staring at the phone screen in a daze. He was obviously still in the game now, and the exit game in the lower right corner of the field of vision clearly confirmed all this. However, the phone in his hand can log into the game again. What's the matter with the game logged in the game? Will the program be confused and the server crash, cause a disaster in the game world? It seems that he drove a flying saucer from the game world into the real world, which caused the server maintenance. Now that the server maintenance is over, does it mean that the system has fixed the bug? If the system fixes the bug, his superpowers in the real world should be taken back, and the exit game option in his vision should disappear. But what would happen if he chose to quit the game at this time? Jin Ke still did not try to quit the game. Of course, he wanted to keep his superpowers in the real world. There is one thing that Jin Ke has never been able to avoid. That is, he deeply doubts that the real world he is in now is not the real world. It is just a replica of the real world. But after thinking about this matter deeply, it will make him shudder, and he can't think about it further. Why not? Don't think about such a profound question for the time being, and take a look at what Luo Ye's spaceship is. To enter Luo Ye's spaceship, Jin Ke must first log into the game. Log into the game in the game. Will it be impossible to log in? You can only know after trying. Jin Ke glanced at Luo Ye and Xue'er, and then chose to log in on the mobile phone screen. Chapter 443 Spaceship. Jin Ke, welcome back. A prompt popped up on the phone screen, but the phone screen was pitch black. Jin Ke called up the prop bar and took out the orange staff from it. The light of the orange staff made everything around him clearer. All around, it was all black fog. Jin Ke walked in a certain direction. He kept walking and couldn't reach the end. Where did I log in? Did I fall into the game's bug space, or was I locked in a small dark room? Jin Ke couldn't help but have a headache, but it's not surprising. He really doesn't know where he is in the game now. He is not in the base, nor in the Dongling Mountain Maze, because he didn't quit the game at all. He traveled to the plane where the real world is. Therefore, the environment he is in the game world, the system cannot describe it, and can only replace it with an endless black fog. In addition, Jin Ke still used the previous Xiaomi phone to log into the game. After Jin Ke opened the extended function options on his Xiaomi phone and called up the game cabin, he usually put the phone in a locked drawer beside a bed. He also got the Xiaomi phone from the locked drawer beside a bed. At the same time, the virtual screen of the Xiaomi phone in his field of vision could still be turned on. When the virtual screen is turned on, the Xiaomi phone in his hand will automatically turn off the screen and cannot be operated. Obviously, the virtual screen has a higher priority than the Xiaomi phone in his hand. Xue'er seems to be going to sleep. She is rubbing her eyes. Luo Ye said to Jin Ke, let her sleep. Jin Ke pulled up the fence around the big bed, carried Xue'er into the big bed, changed her into a large diaper, and then put her on her sleeping bag. Don't you need to sleep in a sleeping bag in this weather? Luo Ye touched the thick sleeping bag that she bought for Xue'er. She doesn't sleep in the sleeping bag now, but if you put her on this sleeping bag, she will fall asleep more peacefully. Jin Ke explained to Luo Ye. Oh, Luo Ye watched Jin Ke put Xue'er on the sleeping bag, and watched Jin Ke touch Xue'er's little head. After coaxing her for a few words, Xue'er put her thumb in her mouth and tilted her head to one side as if she was going to sleep. After Jin Ke coaxed her for a few more words, Xue'er's eyes slowly closed, occasionally opened again, and a few minutes later, she fell into a deep sleep. After coaxing Xue'er to sleep, Jin Ke tiptoed over the guardrail and walked to the hall outside with Luo Ye. She doesn't sleep in the crib now. In the big bed, Luo Ye didn't know much about Xue'er's current situation, so he could only find an opportunity to make up for it. Yes, she is not honest when she sleeps, always rolling around, and her head often hits the guardrail when she sleeps in the crib. Put her on the big bed and pat a circle of quilts around her. No matter how she rolls, she won't hit her head, and I feel more at ease. Jin Ke nodded. Where do you sleep then? In the game cabin. There's a surveillance camera in the room that can be connected to a virtual mobile phone screen, so you can check Xue'er's condition at any time. You've worked hard these days. Not hard. Zioxy helps take care of Xue'er, and I spend most of my time in the game. You've hired so many beauties in this branch of your studio. I didn't realize you had this hobby. Luo Ye looked at her with a mischievous look. I didn't hire them. The studio did. Jin Ke was a little depressed about this. Okay, the studio hired them. Luo Ye obviously didn't believe it. Enter the game. Teleport me to your place to see what's going on. Jin Ke changed the subject. Okay, by the way, Send a copy of Xue'er surveillance to my phone. Luo Ye thought of something. Your phone? Can you also call up a virtual mobile phone screen in your field of vision? Yes. What phone do you use? It's my old phone. Luo Ye took out her phone, and it was indeed the same phone that Jin Ke used when he was with her before. Although the Luo family was relatively wealthy at that time, Luo Ye did not have the habit of changing phones frequently. Okay. Jin Ke said nothing more. It seemed that the virtual mobile phone screen in his vision was not exclusive to his Xiaomi phone. Any questions? No. Jin Ke operated to send Xue'er surveillance to Luo Ye's phone. Then, let's log into the game. Okay. You first? You first. Okay. Luo Ye responded and turned on his phone, called up the extended function menu of the game cabin, put the phone lock screen on the coffee table beside him, and then lay down in the game cabin. Jin Ke watched Luo Ye's game cabin disappear, then called up his game cabin, put his phone and Luo Ye's phone back in the drawer of the room, and then came outside and prepared to lie down in his game cabin. Just as Jin Ke was about to lie down in the game cabin, a prompt suddenly popped up in his vision that Luo Ye wanted to teleport him. Jin Ke was stunned for a moment, and quickly reacted. He was already in the game now, so he didn't need to enter the game cabin to accept Luo Ye's teleportation request. Then accept the teleportation here. After the teleportation, Jin Ke appeared in a cabin. It was a cabin with an all-metal structure that looked very futuristic. Luo Ye, who was standing next to him, was wearing a white tights, which looked very charming. Jin Ke looked at himself, also wearing a white tights. Jin Ke remembered that the last time he teleported to Zhongmengdai, he kept the clothes he was wearing, but this time when he teleported here, the system automatically put on a set of the uniform of this spaceship. Bringing up the vision menu, Jin Ke found that all weapons, equipment, props, including rune weapons and equipment, were not brought here. It seemed that the rules here were different from those in the Nightmare Castle. Rune weapons and equipment that could be stored in the body could not be teleported. He had to fight here with his bare hands again. Luo Ye took Jin Ke around to visit. The place where she was born when she logged into the game was a hibernation cabin next to this teleportation point. At present, the area she explored had a medical cabin, a training cabin, and a small material warehouse. There is another hatch in the cabin where Luo Ye was born. It is locked and requires a key to verify. Luo Ye said that she has explored all the areas that can be explored, but has not found any clues to the key. The medical cabin is equipped with energy cabins for treatment. The training cabin has various auxiliary training equipment with basic attributes, and the small material warehouse has drinking water and food. But there is not much left. At the end of the small material warehouse is a large alloy hatch, but it also requires a key to open. Do you have displacement skills? Jin Ke asked Luo Ye. Displacement skills? Game skills? Yes, no. Luo Ye shook his head. Chapter 444 Clearance Procedure. Then, you have been playing the game for such a long time, what have you been doing? Jin couldn't help but feel a little strange. The last time he recruited Luo Ye, the studio replied that Luo Ye had a high authority. Now she seemed to be very weak in the game world. I promised Black Shadow to log into the game for 2 hours every day. I explored all the places that could be explored, and did some training in the training cabin every day. I found that the physical fitness I trained in the game can be brought to the real world. Luo Ye told Jin Ke roughly. Apart from these basic trainings, she did nothing else. Didn't change your job? Jin Ke asked. Change your job? Luo Ye didn't seem to understand. Without changing your job, you definitely won't awaken the displacement skill. Jin Ke didn't say anything more. He stood in front of the huge alloy hatch at the end of the small material warehouse and tried to use the death charge skill. As expected, he was blocked by the ban and could not use the displacement skill to cross. Jin Ke searched around carefully again, trying to find clues like the novel on the coffee table in the Nightmare Castle. After more than an hour, Jin Ke gave up. He didn't find any clues. Other bulkheads may not have energy restrictions, so it should be possible to use skills to travel through them. However, without knowing the situation outside the bulkhead, Jin Ke didn't dare to try to use skills to travel through them casually. It would be troublesome if he traveled into space, thinking of skill travel through them. Jin Ke remembered that there was also a locked door in the cabin where Luo Ye was born. I don't know if there is an energy restriction on that door. There should be, but what if there isn't? Maybe there is a breakthrough there. With no other clues for the time being, Jin Ke decided to give it a try. Luo Ye had been following Jin Ke, watching Jin Ke meticulously repeat her previous search and then make various attempts. Jin Ke didn't say much, so she remained silent. Jin Ke came to the locked door of Luo Ye's birthplace. I will try to use the displacement skill to force through this hatch, but it may not succeed. I tried it just now at the hatch in the warehouse, but it didn't work because of the energy restriction protection. Jin Ke explained to Luo Ye what he was going to do. Oh, Luo Ye was still a little curious about the displacement skill that Jin Ke mentioned. After all, after she entered the game, except for the improvement of her basic physical attributes, she didn't awaken any skills. I guess there should be many hibernation cabins in there, and there is a copy of you in each cabin. Jin Ke made some inferences. Luo Ye didn't quite understand. I've experienced similar situations before. Jin Ke was referring to the basement of Zhang Mengdai's birthplace, of course, and the dozens of cloned Zhang Mengdai. Oh, Luo Ye still didn't understand. Jin Ke took a deep breath and decided to use the rolling assault skill to enter the cabin inside. According to the situation inside, he would decide whether to use the death charge to cross back immediately. Who knows what is behind this hatch? More hibernation cabins like the basement of Zhang Mengdai's birthplace. Many Luo Ye, or a very powerful monster? Anyway, all situations must be considered, and the countermeasures after these situations occur must be thought of in advance. Having two displacement skills increases Jin Ke's safety factor when exploring such areas. Of course, if it doesn't work, you can also activate the Death Shadow skill to make yourself invisible instantly. Or, be invisible first and then move. Why think so much? Maybe this hatch also has energy restrictions and can't be passed through at all. However, Jin Ke subconsciously feels that he should be able to pass through. Otherwise, there is no clue to advance the exploration of this spaceship. This is unreasonable. After thinking it over, Jin Ke activated the Death Shadow and disappeared from Luo Ye in an instant. The next moment, Jin Ke used the rolling assault skill to pass forward. Surprisingly, the crossing was successful. There are no monsters or other creatures around. Everything is as Jin Ke expected. There are many hibernation cabins in this cabin. Through the cover of the hibernation cabin, it is pitch black inside, and you can't see what's inside. Moreover, the models of these hibernation chambers are obviously different from those in the basement of Zhang Mengdai's birthplace. There is a control console near a certain wall. It requires verification of the palm print. Jin Ke put his palm on it. No response. Biological invasion detected. Awakening the main brain. The main brain is starting. Self-test program started. Self-test progress, 1%. 2%. Self-test completed. Warning, warning, the life support system has dropped to 43%. Warning, warning, the energy reserve has dropped to 19%. The main brain is awakening. A red light flashed in the cabin, and it was obvious that the condition of the spacecraft was not very good. At this time, the hatch of a hibernation chamber in the cabin opened silently. A woman sat up from inside. Main brain, please connect to the life support system, the woman said. Jin Ke looked back at the woman sitting up in the hibernation chamber with great surprise. He had heard her voice just now and knew who she was. When he looked back, it was indeed her. Mint. The life support system is being adjusted. The life support system is being restored. Mint, why are you here? Jin Ke asked Mint in a somewhat strange tone. Who are you? Do I know you? Mainframe, please turn on the identification system and identify this stranger. Mint asked Jin Ke expressionlessly, and then notified the mainframe. This joke is not very funny. Why are you here? Jin Ke looked at this Mint and suddenly felt very strange. But she was obviously Mint. She was just wearing the same tight white uniform as him and Luo Ye. Identity cannot be recognized. To avoid unnecessary risks, please start the clearing procedure. Mainframe. Mint spoke a few more words, and an energy gun barrel suddenly appeared on the ceiling of the cabin, looking very powerful. Jin Ke felt that the situation was not good, and immediately made a death rush through the hatch and returned to the cabin where Luo Ye was. However, the next moment, the hatch he had just passed through suddenly opened. Mint had already come out of the hibernation cabin. walked out of the hatch with a cold face, and communicated with the mainframe to continue to clear Jin Ke. Captain Luo. Hello. Mint stopped after seeing Luo Ye and greeted Luo Ye. Captain Luo, something is wrong with her. Tell her to stop attacking me immediately. Jin Ke didn't have time to think about what was going on, and hurriedly shouted to Luo Ye. Chapter 445 Personnel Appointment. Stop attacking him immediately. Luo Ye didn't know what happened, but he still did what Jin Ke said. Okay, Captain Luo. Mastermind, stop the clearing program. Bo really stopped attacking Jin Ke. Aren't you together? She is your driver? Luo Ye looked at Jin Ke in a strange way, and then looked at Bo. She doesn't know me. Jin Ke came closer and looked at Bo carefully. When Jin Ke looked at her, she almost stood still, her eyes fixed, as if she was fixed. She was indeed Bo, but she looked strange. She didn't feel like the same person as the Bo beside him, except that they looked very similar. In addition, she called Luo Ye Captain Luo, which means that this spaceship belongs to Luo Ye. Do you have control over this spaceship? Jin Ke asked Bo. Bo didn't answer Jin Ke's question. Captain Luo, you ask her questions. Jin Ke saw the problem and turned to Luo Ye. Do you have control over this spaceship? Luo Ye repeated Jin Ke's question to Bo. No, Captain Luo has control over the spaceship. I just have the right to operate it. Bo answered Luo Ye. Then why can't I open these hatches? Luo Ye asked Bo. Of course, this question was also relayed by Jin Ke. You can open these hatches if you have the key. Bo answered Luo Ye. What is the key? Luo Ye continued to ask. The key is in your memory. Bo answered Luo Ye. But I don't remember it. Can you tell me? Luo Ye continued to ask. No, I don't know either. Only you know. Bo answered Luo Ye. Appoint me as the deputy captain. I will ask her. Jin Ke said to Luo Ye. It was troublesome for Luo Ye to always relay the words like this. Okay, from now on, he is the deputy captain and has the same authority as me. You must answer his questions. Luo Ye said to Bo. Okay, personnel authority changes are being made. May I ask your name? Bo turned to Jin Ke. Jin of Jin Ke. Ke of Jin Ke. No, it's Ke of the car side. Jin Ke answered. Mint. What is Jin Ke? Mint frowned. Jin of Huang Jin. Kvake. Luo Ye answered. Mint for Jin Ke. Mastermind, please collect Jin Ke's physical information and establish a personnel file. Mint communicated with the mastermind. The file has been established. Jin Ke, gender, male, age, 17 years old, position, deputy captain. Warning, energy is below the warning line. Please deal with it immediately. The mastermind quickly processed this new personnel appointment and issued a warning message at the same time. Are you a robot? Jin Ke has the authority, and now of course he can ask whatever he wants. No, Mint answered Jin Ke. I see that the way you speak is no different from a robot. Jin Ke looked at Mint suspiciously. I cannot answer your boring questions. In addition, I have a very urgent situation to report. Mint answered Jin Ke expressionlessly. What emergency? The energy of the spacecraft is below the warning line. We need to stop moving at superluminal speed and replenish it on the nearest suitable planet. Bo answered Jin Ke. Have you found a suitable planet? We are searching. Bo stretched out his hand in the air, and a three-dimensional star map appeared out of thin air in the cabin where the three people were. The star map kept rotating, and it can be seen that the main brain program is quickly searching for planets in the star map. Is this in the Milky Way? Jin Ke didn't know the star map, and of course he didn't need to know it. He just asked Bo. No. Then what galaxy is this? I don't know. What do you mean by don't know? The main brain doesn't even know the galaxy we are in now? Where is the spacecraft going? Jin Ke was not satisfied with Bo's answer. The spacecraft is currently in the automatic driving state set by the program. Only Captain Luo knows the destination. All programs and keys are set by Captain Luo. If you need to change the route or perform other operations, you must use the key. I don't have this information, and I can't crack this information from the main brain, so you should ask Captain Luo about these questions. Bo answered Jin Ke in detail. Me? Luo Ye was confused. Okay. This is your spaceship. You said its destination and the key, but now you don't remember anything. I think your mission here is to retrieve your memory. Jin Ke roughly understood what was going on in the game environment that Luo Ye was in, and guess what she should do next? She can regain control of the main brain and cancel the key by verifying her iris, palm print, or other methods, right? Jin Ke then asked Bo He. No, the key is required. It is the rule set by Captain Luo himself. That's interesting. Jin Ke looked at Luo Ye. Okay, I said it. Whatever the system says is what it is. Luo Ye's mentality seemed to be just treating this as a virtual game, and he didn't think too much about it. The main brain has discovered a planet where there may be the resources we need. The spaceship is about to jump out of the superluminal channel. After Bo He's voice fell, Jin Ke only felt a trance, and then everything returned to normal. The transmission channel to the supply planet has been opened and will last for 12 hours. Should we release the detection device? Bo asked Luo Ye and Jin Ke. Permission to release the detection device. Jin Ke went to the transmission cabin. As expected, a cloud of black fog appeared in the transmission cabin, which should be the transmission channel to the nearby supply planet. A hatch on the cabin wall of the transmission cabin opened automatically, and a white sphere with a diameter of about 5 centimeters and a water droplet shape flew out from it and flew directly into the black fog. Needless to say, this water droplet-shaped white sphere is the detection device of the spacecraft. Not long after, the detection device sent back the detection data. The main components of the air are oxygen, nitrogen, and a small amount of carbon dioxide. The humidity is normal, and the gravity is 0.86 times, which can be used for human survival. The main brain gave a voice description of the status of the supply planet. Is there a three-dimensional image? Jin Ke was not very satisfied with this very brief description. No, the main brain answered Jin Ke. For such an advanced spacecraft, the detection device can't even send back a video? Jin Ke was speechless about this. The mastermind did not answer Jin Ke's question. Okay, mastermind, send out your expedition team to look for energy. Jin Ke did not dwell on the previous question. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 446 Night. Okay, let's form an expedition team and go to find energy. The current members of the expedition team are Captain Luo Ye, Vice Captain Jin Ke, and Assistant Brain Bo He. Bo He answered Jin Ke. Do you need us to go? Jin Ke was reserved about exploring unfamiliar areas in the game. Who knows what kind of monsters will appear on this supply planet? What if it is beyond his ability to solve? But it will be a big risk. At present, there are no other members in the spacecraft who can perform the exploration mission, and we must find enough energy. Otherwise the spacecraft will be lost in the vast universe and will never reach its destination. Bo He answered Jin Ke. Okay, but I don't think we can go there unarmed, right? Are there weapons and equipment on the spacecraft? Jin Ke asked Bo He. Only Captain Luo has the authority to open the weapons and equipment compartment. Bo He turned to Luo Ye. It seems that I can only continue to be sorry. Luo Ye looked helpless. Okay, Bo He, you and I will form an expedition team to go to the supply planet to find energy and various materials, and Captain Luo will stay on the spacecraft. Jin Ke made arrangements. Okay. Bo had no objection to Jin Ke's arrangement. I'll go with you. Luo Ye didn't expect Jin Ke to make such an arrangement. No, you stay on the spaceship. This is an order. Jin Ke did this, of course, because he didn't want Luo Ye to take risks and lose his life in a muddle. After all, he still had various skills to save his life on a strange planet, but now Luo Ye was no different from ordinary people except that his basic physical attributes were higher than ordinary people. But I'm the captain. Luo Ye was dissatisfied with Jin Ke's order. I order you in the name of Xue'er's father. You are not allowed to leave the spaceship without my consent. Jin Ke glared at Luo Ye. Do you have to be so serious about playing a game? Luo Ye muttered. You probably don't know yet, if you die in this game, you will really die in the real world. Jin Ke approached Luo Ye and said to her, is there such a thing? Then wouldn't it be dangerous for you to go there? Luo Ye understood after hearing what Jin Ke said. I have many combat skills and displacement skills. Even if I encounter danger, I can use these skills to save my life. There will be no problem returning safely. Oh, okay, then. Be careful. Luo Ye didn't say anything more. Mint, what kind of combat ability do you have? Jin Ke turned to Mint. Since he was going to form an expedition team, he must understand the abilities of all the members clearly. I am not a combatant. Jin Ke now missed Zhang Mengdai very much. When he was in the Nightmare Castle, he always let Zhang Mengdai rush in front and he was behind to protect, but in this place, it is obvious that he needs to rush in the front. After we go to that planet, how do we return to the spaceship? Jin Ke needs to understand all the situations clearly before teleporting. The transmission channel will last for 12 hours. Mint pointed to the black fog. In other words, there is also such a black fog on the planet. As long as I walk back to the black fog, I can return to the spaceship. Jin Ke made a very detailed confirmation. Yes, after we go there, can we locate the return point? I have a positioning device that can locate the return point. Mint took out a crystal plate that can display images, something similar to a tablet. Okay, I know what to do. Jin Ke felt relieved when he heard Mint say this. He had enough skills to return to the spaceship immediately if he found something wrong after being teleported. This is a communicator, please carry it with you. Mint took out 3 round crystal pieces from somewhere and stuck them to her, Luo Ye and Jin Ke's ears respectively. The crystal pieces disappeared out of thin air after being attached to the human body, but the 3 people could already communicate in this way. Of course, Jin Ke could also use QQ to communicate with Luo Ye in an unconventional way. After everything was ready, Jin Ke walked towards the black fog in the center of the teleportation cabin. Jin Ke activated the death shadow to enter the stealth state, and then walked into the black fog. Jin Ke's mind was in a trance for a moment, and when he woke up again, he found himself on the Supply planet. In front of him was a large grassland, with the sun hanging in the sky, but the sun seemed to be moving much faster than the earth, and the naked eye could see the changes in its position in the sky above his head. Looking back, the teleportation fog was behind him. This fog would last for 12 hours. As long as Jin Ke got back here within 12 hours, he could return to the spaceship safely. There were some hills in the distance of the grassland. Jin Ke turned on the detection plug-in to detect the nearby area, but did not detect any creatures or monsters. The target location is safe. Mint, you can come over, Jin Ke said to Mint. I'm already here. Mint's voice appeared beside Jin Ke. What should we do next? Jin Ke looked at Mint, looking for a substance that can be used for energy conversion in spacecraft. Mint answered Jin Ke. What substance? How to find it? I have a detector. When that substance appears nearby, the detector will give a prompt. Mint showed some kind of future technology detector in his hand. Okay, let's go. Jin Ke didn't ask any more questions. The 2 of them started a long walk, one in front and one behind. Don't we have any means of transportation? Walking is too slow. We can't explore too many areas in 12 hours. Why don't we let the spacecraft scan the planet directly and look for the material we need? Jin Ke asked Bo after walking for a while. The scanning system of the spacecraft needs Captain Luo's key. Bo answered Jin Ke. Okay. Jin Ke looked at Bo who was walking in front of him. At this moment, he wanted to go back to the real world to find Bo in the real world and ask her if she knew about her clone, but her answer was probably number. Besides, it was already late at night in the real world, and she should have fallen asleep. It's better not to disturb her. The 2 of them didn't talk along the way. Jin Ke would turn on the plug-in to detect every once in a while, but the plug-in only detected the figures of him and Bo, and could not detect any traces of other creatures. The sky darkened, and looking up at the sky, the sun that was originally overhead had now appeared not far above the horizon. In an hour, the sun went from overhead to the place where it was about to set. It seemed that the daytime on this planet was only 3 hours. This also means that Jin Ke and Bo he will soon experience the night of this planet. Chapter 447 Orchard. The sky quickly darkened, and after it darkened, there was something that Jin Ke did not expect. That was that there was no moon in the sky. In addition to the lack of moon, the starlight was also dim, which made it almost pitch dark around him and Bo. Bo's multi-purpose detection device lit up a light, illuminating the small area around. Such an advanced spaceship, but there is not even a robot for detection. It has to take such a primitive method to find resources. There's really no way to complain, Jin complained as he walked. There are more than 1 million robots of various types on the spaceship, but they need Captain Luo Ye to call them. Bo answered Jin. I knew you would answer like this. Okay, tell me, why is she the captain of this spaceship? What happened to this spaceship? Jin changed the subject. The navigation log needs Captain Luo Ye to be retrieved and viewed. Bo answered Jin. What happened before you hibernated? Are you a clone? Jin changed the way he asked. After hearing this question, Bo stopped and seemed to be stunned for a moment, then continued to walk forward without saying anything. You didn't answer my question just now, Jin continued to ask. Because I hibernated for too long, I don't remember anything before hibernation, Bo answered Jin. Then how do you know who you are? How do you know your name is Bo? Jin exposed Bo's lie. That's what you called me when I woke up, Bo answered Jin. There is another person next to me who looks exactly like you, and her name is Bo. What's your relationship with her? Jin recalled that it was indeed him who called her Bo first. I can't answer you this question, Bo answered Jin. That means you are a robot. If I cut open your stomach, I should be able to find a bunch of parts. Jin decided to expose Bo. No, if you cut open my stomach, you will find a bunch of rotten intestines, Bo corrected Jin. Just as the two were walking and talking nonsense, Jin's communicator rang. It was Luo Ye's communication request. Where are you now? Luo Ye asked Jin. On the planet, looking for something that Mint is looking for. Jin thought Luo Ye's question was strange. Where is it? I also came to the planet, but I didn't expect it to get dark so quickly. I got lost. Luo Ye continued to ask. What are you doing on the planet? Didn't I tell you to stay in the spaceship and not come out? Why are you so disobedient? Jin couldn't help but get angry. You took a beautiful woman to the planet to hang out, and then asked me to stay on the spaceship and wait for you? If it was a handsome guy who took me to hang out on the planet and asked you to stay on the spaceship and not get off, what would you think? Luo Ye was a little unconvinced. What the hell is this? I asked you not to get off the spaceship for your safety. This is not an ordinary game. If you die in the game, you will die in the real world. Are you stupid? If you die, I will have to find another mother for Xue'er. Jin was very annoyed with Luo Ye's answer. Don't complain. I'm already down. What should I do now? Luo Ye seemed unhappy too. What are you going to do? Just stay where you are and don't go anywhere. It will be daybreak in 3 hours. When it's daybreak, you return to the teleportation point and get back on the spaceship. We will also get back on the spaceship after we find the materials we need. Jin answered Luo Ye. But it seems that there are a lot of things moving around. I am a little scared. I want to quit the game but I can't, Luo Ye said in a panic. Is there something moving? Jin subconsciously turned on the detection plugin to check the situation around. It takes dark energy points to turn on this plugin. One dark energy point can detect for 1 second and detect the general shape and position of all creatures and monsters within a radius of 50 meters. As a result, he really detected a lot of red dots around him. Some of these red dots suddenly made some kind of rapid movement, while others stayed where they were. Red dots mean that they are threatening monsters. Wild monsters will appear on this planet at night. But Jin soon realized another thing, that is, where is the Mint? When he was communicating with Luo Ye just now, he was a little angry that Luo Ye did not listen to him and left the spacecraft without permission to come to the surface of the planet, so he did not pay much attention to the movements of Mint beside him. After he said a few words to Luo Ye, Mint was no longer beside him. In such a short time, she couldn't have left too far, right? You know, this detection plugin can now detect the situation within 50 meters at most, and there is no green dot representing Mint around him. This means that she has left him 50 meters away in such a short time, unless she was dragged away by these wild monsters. Jin continued to turn on the detection plug-in. The consumption of 1 energy point per second was very expensive for him before, but now it is nothing to him. In this situation where it is dark all around and he does not carry any lighting equipment, it would be better to keep the detection plug-in turned on in his field of vision. At this moment, a red dot rushed towards Jin. Jin subconsciously dodged to the side. In the pitch-black darkness, he only felt a gust of wind blowing past his face, and a fishy smell in the air. What should I do? Luo Ye shouted to Jin Ke the communicator. Don't talk so loudly. Be careful not to alarm those monsters. Think carefully about how you walked after leaving the teleportation point. Where was the sun in your direction at that time? Were you walking towards the sun? Or at what angle to it? I'll find a way to find you, Jin Ke whispered to Luo Ye, while paying close attention to the monster situation in the detection plug-in. When I arrived on the planet, I didn't pay much attention to the position of the sun. I just wanted to know where you were, so I went to a nearby high ground and stood on it to look far away, but I didn't see any trace of you. So I went to another high ground, but I still didn't see you. But I saw an orchard nearby with a lot of red fruits, so I went to the orchard to pick some fruits. When I finished picking the fruits and was ready to continue looking for you, it was dark. Luo Ye told Jin Ke about her experience after she arrived on the planet. You didn't eat those fruits? Jin Ke was a little angry. Chapter 448 Stubborn. Luo Ye obviously didn't believe his advice. He didn't know that death in the game world was real death. He didn't listen to him and left the spaceship without permission. After coming to this planet, he picked the exotic fruits on the planet at will. I ate a few. They were very sweet and delicious. Luo Ye answered Jin Ke. Forget it. I don't want to care about you anymore. It turns out that girls don't have brains. Jin Ke was really angry. I don't want to care about you anymore. Luo Ye was also angry. Are you still in that orchard now? Jin Ke knew that being angry now would not help, so he could only think of ways to remedy the situation. Yes. I climbed up a fruit tree. There seemed to be something running around under the tree. I don't know if it was a wild dog, but I didn't hear any dogs barking. Luo Ye answered Jin Ke. This is not Earth. There are wild dogs. They are wild monsters. Don't get down from the tree. I'll come to find you. These wild monsters may kill you instantly. You are in this situation because you didn't listen to me. You must listen to me this time. Don't be stupid anymore. I told you that death in the game is real death. I'm not kidding you. Jin Ke emphasized to Luo Ye a few more times. Okay. Luo Ye agreed. After Jin Ke finished talking to Luo Ye, he looked around at the darkness. He suddenly realized that he was stupid too. Mint was gone. Without Mint's positioning device, he didn't know which direction the teleportation point was. Without knowing which direction the teleportation point was, he had no way to find Luo Ye. The pitch-black darkness around him made it impossible for him to recall which direction he had come from. Moreover, when he came over, he was talking nonsense with Mint all the way, which caused him to not pay attention to the situation around him. While carefully avoiding the invisible monsters in the darkness, Jin Ke adjusted the detection plug into terrain mode, observing the terrain and trying to remember which direction he came from. Are you there? Luo Ye's voice rang again, and Jin Ke could tell that she was very scared now. Yes, there are lights on next to the orchard, and it seems that there is a family there, Luo Ye said to Jin Ke. Lights? Don't talk nonsense. Those are the glowing eyes of wild monsters. It is indeed lights. It is the light coming through the window. There is indeed a family next to the orchard. Luo Ye insisted. That is your illusion. This is not the Earth. This is a planet billions of light years away. There are no people here, only monsters. The lights are to tempt you to climb down from the tree. Once you get down from the tree, the wild monsters under the tree will tear you to pieces. Jin Ke warned Luo Ye a few words. I seem to have heard Xue'er crying. By the way, why can't the virtual phone connect to the surveillance of Xue'er's room? I can't see Xue'er's current situation. Luo Ye continued. How can there be Xue'er crying? You are starting to have auditory hallucinations. Remember what I said? Don't get down from the tree, and wait until I get over there before thinking of a solution. Jin Ke turned on the surveillance of the virtual phone screen in his field of vision and found that he could not see the surveillance of Xue'er's room. And the exit option in the lower right corner of the field of vision was gone. It was really Xue'er crying, coming from the window. Luo Ye said to Jin Ke again. Xue'er is on Earth, in the real world, not on this godforsaken planet. You have encountered a fantasy beast, and it is trying to attract you to it, and then eat you in various cruel ways. Don't be stupid. Jin Ke continued to warn Luo Ye. What if it's true? What if Xue'er is in danger? Luo Ye said in a worried tone. This is not Earth. This is a game world. How could Xue'er be here? Are you not going to listen to me again? Why are you so stupid? Why am I so blind that I didn't see you so stupid before? Jin cursed angrily. Luo Ye was silent. Hey, hey, Jin shouted twice. No response. Luo Ye, no response. I'm so angry. Jin didn't know what to say. If you die, you must die of stupidity. Jin added. No response. The surroundings were as quiet as death. Mint, are you there? No response. Jin sighed and began to reflect on whether his attitude just now was a bit too much. Luo Ye was not a very smart girl, to put it nicely. She was simple and kind. To put it bluntly, she was stupid. He actually knew it. The relationship between the two has always been a bit strange. He liked her at first because he liked her beauty, her simplicity and kindness. However, beauty, simplicity and kindness are not suitable for survival in this game. What to do? Luo Ye, I was not very polite just now, mainly because I was worried about your safety. Listen to me, don't get down from the tree, and don't go to the light. Jin tried to calm down and said a few more words to Luo Ye. I'm already by the window. I saw Xue'er's crib. She was really crying, as if she wanted to be fed. I have to find a way to get into the house. Luo Ye finally spoke again and responded to Jin. That's not Xue'er. That's a fantasy beast. Once you go in, you will never be able to come out alive to see the real Xue'er. Jin was helpless about Luo Ye's behavior, but he couldn't say anything too harsh, otherwise she would refuse to talk to him again. Last time, I heard Xue'er crying in the dark, crawled into your room, and found you dead on the bed. I tried my best to save you. How do you know Xue'er is not really in danger? What if she is in danger, and I don't save her? How can I face myself in the future? In order to save her, it doesn't matter if I die in there. Anyway, you still have to protect her. Luo Ye's tone was very firm. At least wait until I get there before entering the house. I'm trying to find a way to meet up with you. Jin didn't know how to persuade Luo Ye anymore. He didn't realize that she was such a stubborn person before. The naive first love is always beautiful. Once you really get together, you will discover all the shortcomings of that person. Luo Ye, Jin shouted again. There was no response from the other side. Speak. Is there any danger? Jin continued to ask. Still no response. Finally. Stupid. Jin shook his head, feeling a little discouraged. While dodging the wild monsters around, Jin recalled the terrain he had come from. Jin walked and searched in the endless darkness. Finally, he saw a little bit of faint light in the distance. Could it be the orchard that Luo Ye mentioned? Chapter 449, Cabin in the Woods. Jin approached the light cautiously. Jin still couldn't see what the monsters in the dark looked like, nor could he figure out how much of a threat they posed. He could only use the detection plug-in to understand their location and dodge in time when the monsters rushed towards him. The faint light became brighter and brighter. It really looked like the light coming through the window. Jin continued to dodge the monsters detected by the plug-in while approaching the light. After getting closer, he actually saw an orchard. With the faint light, he could see that the fruit trees were full of red fruits. Just as Jin wanted to move forward, his throat twitched. He was so thirsty. When he and Mint came out, Mint was carrying a backpack with water and food in it. But now Mint was gone. Jin was hungry and thirsty. The fruit above his head was full of temptation to him. It must be a poisonous fruit. It must not be eaten. Jin reminded himself to resist this temptation. However, he felt extremely hungry and thirsty at this time. When he wanted to leave, he could not help but turn back. The fruit looked very juicy, slightly larger than apples on Earth, and the bright red color seemed to mean that the fruit would be very sweet. Can't the plug-in identify these things? Why not pick one and let the plug-in identify it? If the identification shows that there is nothing abnormal, it should be edible. Jin made up his mind, so he climbed up the fruit tree and picked a big and red fruit, holding it in his hand and waiting for the plug-in to identify it. The plug-in did not disappoint Jin and quickly activated a cosmic plant identification plug-in. Unknown species of fruit outside the Milky Way, non-toxic and harmless, edible. The plug-in quickly gave the identification result. A man with a plug-in will never starve to death. After the plug-in identified it, Jin took a bite of the red fruit. It was slightly sour in the sweetness, and it was indeed very juicy. Like an apple, a little like a pear, and a little like an orange. Or it could be said to be a mixture of these fruits. Jin Ke devoured the fruit in his hand very quickly. The fruit had a round core and a very hard shell. Jin Ke's hunger and thirst were relieved a lot. After picking on the fruit tree for a while, Jin Ke found a bigger and redder fruit. To avoid any unexpected situations, Jin Ke still let the plugin identify that the fruit was also non-toxic and harmless and edible, and then he devoured it in big mouthfuls. Jin Ke ate 8 fruits in one breath, and his stomach could not hold any more. Only after the thirst and hunger completely disappeared did he climb down from the fruit tree. No wonder Luo Ye ate these fruits. I couldn't resist the temptation either. But I ate them after I used the plugin to identify them. Jin Ke felt a little embarrassed about his previous scolding of Luo Ye for eating the fruit, but he soon found a suitable reason for eating the fruit. After eating the fruit and coming down from the tree, Jin Ke looked in the direction of the light coming from the depths of the orchard. The plugin still detected wild monsters approaching Jin Ke. With the faint light from the light deep in the orchard, Jin Ke could vaguely see the dark shadows of those wild monsters. They seemed to be walking upright, but their waists were not fully straightened, but in a semi-upright state similar to that of monkeys or apes. They ran very fast, and their bodies seemed to be wrapped in black mist. It was not very clear to see more details. Jin Ke continued to walk towards the direction of the light. Although Luo Ye did not listen to him and left the spaceship without permission, which put her in danger, Jin Ke was very angry. But if she was in danger, Jin Ke would definitely not sit idly by. But Jin Ke was not too worried. The guardians of the 12 teleportation platforms were all incarnations of the Nun clan, but they had not awakened their memories. Since they were incarnations of the Nun clan, it was impossible for them to die so easily. Just like Zhang Mengdai, who died again and again, nothing happened. Jin Ke dodged the wild monsters in the dark all the way and soon came to the window with the light on. With the light coming through the window, the exterior of the entire building can be clearly seen from the outside. It looks like a typical cabin in the woods on Earth. Jin Ke remembered that he had told Luo Ye before that he liked that kind of cabin in the woods. It looked very warm and homey. It should be like this. Jin Ke looked into the room through the window glass. Everything in the room shocked Jin Ke. It was exactly the same as his home in Yunfeng City. Luo Ye sat on the old sofa, holding Xue'er and singing nursery rhymes. Xue'er was laughing and suddenly looked up and saw Jin Ke by the window. She stretched out her hand in Jin Ke's direction and babbled something. Seeing Xue'er's cute appearance, Jin Ke's heart melted instantly. He almost wanted to use his skills to pass through the wall to enter the cabin. Luo Ye followed Xue'er's gaze and saw Jin Ke outside the window. She seemed a little angry. After looking over here, she turned her head away and continued to tease Xue'er in her arms. There can't be the cabin in the woods that I imagined. This place can't be arranged like my home in Yunfeng City. Xue'er can't be here. So, this is indeed some kind of illusion. An illusion created by an illusion beast. But Luo Ye is trapped in it. No matter how angry I am, I still have to save her and can't abandon her. The key is that she doesn't listen to me now, and she doesn't even reply to me. Jin Ke didn't look at Xue'er in the cabin again, but stood outside the window and thought calmly, Luo Ye, I know you can hear me. No matter how angry you are now, please calm down. Think about it carefully. This is not the Earth. This is an alien planet, a planet outside the Milky Way. How can there be a cabin in the woods here? How can there be Xue'er here? You are trapped in an illusion. Hurry up and get out of here, otherwise no one can save you. Jin Ke said to Luo Ye using the communicator. Help! Luo Ye's cry for help suddenly came from the communicator. Jin Ke looked through the window. Xue'er in Luo Ye's arms turned into a terrifying monster, screaming and grabbing Luo Ye's body. Luo Ye struggled to grab its 2 claws and tried to push it away, but obviously couldn't break free from the monster's pull. Save me! Luo Ye looked at Jin Ke outside the window. Jin Ke instinctively wanted to use his skills to go through the wall to save Luo Ye, but at a certain moment, he suddenly realized something. This Luo Ye is totally fake. The real Luo Ye is not so stupid. It's using my feelings for Luo Ye in the favor of Luo Ye saving me wants to lure me into this hut. Chapter 450 Parasitism. If I really go into this hut, I'm afraid I won't be able to come out alive. Jin Ke looked at Luo Ye in the hut coldly, struggling and calling for help. He didn't move until Luo Ye's body was covered in blood. hate you. Luo Ye finally said a few words to Jin Ke, hate you. Jin Ke was indifferent. Luo Ye's face in the hut suddenly became hideous and ugly, turning into the face of an insect. There was also a long mouth part that seemed to be able to pierce a person's body, but it was obviously different from the alien insects that Jin Ke had seen before. It's fake. It's not an illusion beast that can create illusions, but an illusion insect that can create illusions. Fortunately, I didn't fall for it. Fortunately, Luo Ye is not that stupid. The mouth parts of the strange insect that Luo Ye turned into word ruling, making a very unpleasant hissing sound, and walked towards the window step by step. Jin Ke wanted to turn around and walk away, but found that his 2 feet were caught by something. Looking down, he saw several insect claws extending from the ground, tightly grasping his ankles, making it impossible for him to break free. At this moment, the strange insect in the window suddenly stretched out its claws and grabbed his shoulders, and suddenly put its insect face in front of him, with its mouth parts ready to pierce Jin Ke's mouth. Jin Ke shook his head vigorously. The mouth parts of the strange insect slapped Jin Ke's face and almost pierced his mouth several times. Go to hell. Jin Ke punched the strange insect's head. He finally broke free. It was bright all around, and the sun appeared in the sky. Why did you hit me? Bo covered his face and got up from the ground, looking at Jin Ke angrily. Hit you? Jin Ke looked around and couldn't figure out what was going on for a while. Who do you think you were hitting? Bo rubbed his swollen face. What happened? Jin Ke looked around again and asked Bo. After nightfall, you were talking to me, and you fell to the ground. I stayed here for 3 hours. After dawn, I slapped your face to wake you up, but you punched me. Fortunately, I dodged quickly, otherwise I would have lost half of my teeth. Bo looked very unhappy. I fell asleep? How is that possible? Jin Ke repeatedly recalled everything that happened before. He had no memory of sleeping after nightfall. Luo Ye, are you there? Jin Ke called out in the communicator. Yes. Are you okay? Bo said you fell asleep after nightfall. Are you too tired? I have been thinking about whether to go to see you, but you said not to let me get off the spaceship, so I never went down. Luo Ye answered Jin Ke. Well, you did the right thing. I told you not to get off the spaceship, so you must not get off. Jin Ke breathed a sigh of relief after hearing Luo Ye's voice, but he felt a little weird again. Wasn't she jealous of him and Bo going out on a mission together? Wasn't she worried at all when he was unconscious? Jin Ke shook his head vigorously. It was nonsense to think about these things. What did he want her to do? Of course, it was the right choice for her to stay on the spaceship. Jin Ke stood up. He found that he was very dizzy. He couldn't stand steadily at all and almost fell to the ground. Fortunately, Min found the problem in time and reached out to support him. The back of his neck seemed to be bitten by a mosquito, and it was very itchy. Jin Ke reached out and scratched the back of his neck. He couldn't help but be shocked. There was a bin-sized swelling on the back of his neck. It seemed to be oozing pus. Giant mosquito. How could there be mosquitoes on this planet? It must be some kind of flying insect containing nerve agents, similar to mosquitoes on Earth, which bit him on the back of his head last night, causing him to have hallucinations, auditory hallucinations, and even fainted and had a bunch of messy dreams. What's wrong with the back of your head? Mint obviously also found the problem. I was bitten by some kind of flying insect on this planet. Jin Ke was very depressed. Forget it. Let's give up the mission and return to the spacecraft. You need to go to the medical cabin for quarantine and treatment. Bo made a decision after thinking for a while. Okay. Jin Ke was so dizzy that he couldn't continue the mission. Bo helped Jin Ke back to the way he came. After Jin Ke was supported for a while, his mobility was slightly restored. He didn't let Bo help him and walked on his own. His whole body was weak and uncomfortable, just like he had a cold. A man at the top of the food chain was defeated by a mosquito. Jin Ke was not convinced. He tried his best to support himself and gritted his teeth to keep the same speed as Bo. 3 hours later, it was almost dark again. Fortunately, the two had arrived near the teleportation point. After walking in the dark for another half an hour, they finally found the teleportation point. After Bo told Luo Ye about the situation, Luo Ye opened the quarantine procedure of the teleportation cabin and sent her and Jin Ke to the quarantine cabin next to the teleportation cabin. After the medical quarantine procedure was completed, they would meet Luo Ye. After Jin Ke was teleported back, He could no longer hold on and fell to the ground. Bo quickly sent Jin to the medical cabin and started the full-body quarantine scan program. "How is the situation?" Luo Ye, who was outside the isolation cabin, asked Bo, who was operating the quarantine machine, with great concern using the communication device. "The situation is not good. He was bitten by some unknown flying insects on the planet. No, to be precise, some insect eggs were injected into his body." Bo checked the test results. "Insect eggs?" Luo Ye looked surprised. "Yes, the treatment was too late. These insect eggs flowed through his blood vessels to his whole body. Now they have hatched, and the larvae are parasitic in various important organs in his body. The existing medical facilities cannot remove these insects. It can be said that these insects have become one with his organs. If they are forcibly removed, his organs will be severely damaged, and he will die of systemic organ failure." Bo explained Jin's condition to Luo Ye in detail. "What a mess." Jin Ke heard the conversation between Bo He and Luo Ye, and he couldn't help but feel angry. Being bitten by a flying insect actually had such serious consequences. This damn mosquito. "Then what should we do now?" Luo Ye said in a somewhat anxious tone. "We can't do anything. These larvae are absorbing the nutrients in his body and growing very quickly. Eventually, they will suck his body out. When these larvae grow into adults and break out of his body, he will probably have nothing left on his body, only a layer of rotten skin wrapped around his skeleton." Bo He shook his head. "Damn it, future technology spacecraft. The medical treatment is so poor, even the bugs in the body can't be driven out." Jin Ke was very dissatisfied with the result. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.